looking around a bit. There were a bunch of animal skulls around. It was kind of creepy, but I don't know, seemed to kind of fit too. So I told him the whole story about Sir Woodhart, all the way from Elle's village to now. And Elle showed him the drawing of the baby, the one that she did down in the temple from the drawings there. And he told us there'd been an upheaval in nature, kind of a reaction to what happened before, like the big wren thing. And Elle showed him the symbol, and then that was drawn on the ground, and our vial of black goo from the mines. And he didn't recognize the symbol, but he said the black goo was kind of like an abscess from the festering of nature. And he said the world can bleed and nature can bleed, so this is like tainted blood. We gave him a little bit of it to study, but not all of it, but he promised to share with us any information he could find out about it. So Elle kind of wondered maybe if they were trying to stop the world from healing, and told us about the iron oaks are real strong and will heal in time. Or he told us that the iron oaks are real strong and they'll heal in time. And she also showed him the bell in the picture, and he said that was wizard magic, not natural stuff. I showed him the silver ball, but only after making him and Helios promise not to talk about it. But he didn't know much about that either, except he said it's got to be magic considering what it does, even if it doesn't show up as magic. So, anyhow, Elle asked his name, and it was Gwynrin Hayeskeep. Honestly, I kind of like the old man. He's nice, and he kind of liked my stories. Might come back and visit him someday just for funsies. So here's where it all went south. As if we didn't already have enough to worry about. We all went on to bed, but somewhere in the night, Khalid got woke up by Stump, who told him the mask eyepiece was gone. Khalid really thought Helios took it, and he went over and kicked Helios awake. I
There's
found
no
out
proof that
later.
you didn't take it.
I forgot about that part.
That may have been the best part of the entire session.
I just don't know what the hell has got stuck in Khalid's craw. Helios is nice.
Stick up the butt.
Allegedly.
Anyway, about this time, the rest of us woke up from the commotion going on. Once I realized what happened, I went straight to Murky. I know him. I know how fascinated he gets with crap. And yeah, I was right. Wish I wasn't, but I was. He was laying there with that stupid eyepiece on his face. So he woke up and started flying in the air, and next thing we all know, we're all wrapped up in a big old fireball. Honestly, kind of pissed me off and scared the hell out of me all at the same time. So I mesmerized him and he fell down to the ground. I tied his arse up so tight. I know how, as tight as I could. And someday I might marvel at just how good those knots were, but not today. Now I'm sitting here on him writing this crap and wondering what we're going to do. Oh, and I gagged him. I know how wily he is, and he can cast spells with just words. So Elle worked on identifying his necklace from the tower and looking it over, and she told us that something was wrong with Murky. I believe her. But still, I tried talking to Murky and getting him to swear to me that he'd not try to leave or attack us or steal the eyepiece, but he's being stubborn.
No,
So
you
for
only
now,
said I wouldn't leave. That's all you asked. Don't fib.
I thought I asked you all that, but that's what I wrote down in my notes. But anyhow, so for now he's tied up, and I'm just still sitting here keeping him in check. I don't know where all this is going, but either way, I can't let him do something real stupid. He's my brother, after all.
I love the idea that Cam just sitting on him and just writing furiously in a journal.
Dear diary. And I'm like,
writing.
I
can see that.
It's a healthy coping mechanism. I'm proud of Cam.
every time I sense that she's writing something important, I squirm to make sure her handwriting and penmanship is thrown off.
So here we are.
So, there we are. Y'all didn't get a long rest yet, because that was kind of the first thing that happened after you went to bed, so...
No, we haven't had a rest yet. Cam is sitting on Merkin.
Well, what are we going to do tonight? I mean, this seems very extreme.
What does?
I'm just...
Is Khalid also
Alex
reading?
is going to motion
Yeah.
to Merkin, trussed up like a turkey, and, with Cam furiously writing in his journal.
I mean, we usually hang people. I don't think this is quite as extreme. I think this is pretty measured for our group.
This is rather mild as things go.
Fuck you all.
We
Are you gonna
definitely would
cooperate,
not
Merkin?
Consider hanging Merkin. He is a member of our party, and he hasn't bamboozled an entire town of people.
No, no,
He's
no.
just wayward.
I wasn't trying to suggest that we do that. I'm just saying that I'm proud that we did not do that first. It's a good moment for us, that's all.
I'll ungag you, Merkin, if you promise not to cast any spells.
I can't cast spells without her.
I mean, I can.
I feel this gag is not very useful.
Very well. The knots are really good.
Camo, untie the gag.
I'm assuming you gagged me with like a sock.
Khalid sock.
Yeah, Khalid saw.
Oh, everyone knows Khalid wears flip-flops.
On purpose, fireball. Oh.
His armor rag.
It's Zara's towel. Ah.
I mean, we had to grab what we could grab. I didn't think about it.
Ah. Can I get some water?
So why
Fuck. Ah.
Alex will
Why?
get down and give him some water.
do it?
Wait. This is a trap.
I can't use my hands, Cag.
He's gonna turn it into an ice slide and try to escape that way.
Khalid smacks it up right.
Slow
Check
motion
it.
dives.
No.
Does he really do that? Because no.
No.
Alex will be like, no, dude, no. Alex is going to give Merkin some water. Careful not to choke him or anything crazy.
I'm actually going to check if Control Water has a somatic component real quick. Because that would be funny if it didn't. It probably does.
Cam is watching him like a hawk, and if he starts trying to say anything that like seems like it's spellcasting,
Yeah.
she's gonna bounce and jump on his chest so that
VSM.
it disrupts him.
Somatic immaterials.
Yeah, I knew that. All right, I'm just going to drink the damn water. And kind of gargle it.
Plus control water.
It's cheap water. Yeah.
Shade water.
I have arrived.
Yay!
Elspeth takes the light off her nose and casts it on Khalid's horns instead.
But why?
You're very tall, it is effective.
I suppose it's better than you blinding us all every time you look at us.
Rudolph the evil necromancer.
Shape water is actually only somatic. It's kind of
Yeah, all I need is my hands and water. And in my headcanon, it uses jazz hands. As
So,
prolonged. Just in.
what we haven't discussed is what we're going to do about the stump.
Yeah,
What
we
about
gotta
stuff?
get to that.
yeah, he's bad at me, except he's worse at it.
But I mean, didn't I insight check Stump? And I believe him, right? Who incited check Stump? Wasn't that me?
That somebody did.
You're asking
Yeah,
if I
no.
remember
I think
something from
I
previous
think
year.
it was me.
Yeah, I think
Hold
it was
on.
you.
Let me go back.
I'm to move this over to a first world where we can maybe actually have a.
Yep, I rolled an
Chat log.
insight check on him. Yep, I rolled an insight check on him.
Tab, if you recreate
Yep.
it,
Okay.
it makes
So,
life so
yeah,
much easier.
I mean, I believe
That's
that
what I'm working.
Stump was not necessarily stealing the thing for his own gain, and I don't believe that Stump has been touched by that evil magic in the same way that Merkin has.
Which makes it worse that he was trying to steal it, no?
I didn't get touched
No.
by evil magic. What the hell is? Who said I got touched by evil magic?
Just
You
calm
did.
down, Merkin. You told us. Or you
that
told...
was back at that place.
Well-
I didn't.
I like how for the rest of the campaign we're just going to gaslight the shit out of Merkin.
Yeah, so anyway, Stump has already said that he wasn't taking it for any dark purpose or anything like that. I mean, he's Stump. Stump is the best of us.
No, he's not. Not anymore.
Not at long division.
Oh, I'm talking. Well, I, for one, am on Stump's side. I'm concerned about Merkin because he doesn't seem to be in control of his faculties and all of the things that.
I can't decide I want to try out the mask on my own. I'm the only one here who's actually trained in wizardry. Thank you very much. Officially.
But when you
A lot
consider
of good it
that
does you.
against the ratio of times that you have blown up compared to the rest of the party, I don't think that's a strong argument for you.
Didn't Camilla over here blow up Elspeth, or Elspeth blew up someone too?
My name is not even close to Camilla. And this is proof that he is not in his right mind. This is memory now.
It's over here. I'm move my head to motion towards Cam because she's just getting called her full name from now on.
Oh, okay. This makes more sense at least.
Yeah, I'm playing that card. Best card in the deck. Elspeth,
No, it is true. I made the mistake with the barn. That is very true. But this is it is definitely a
teleportation and the teleportation.
She didn't try to steal the eyepiece to take it after we'd all agreed that we weren't going to use it.
I never agreed.
I was trying to say stop. That was different.
We don't need to use it until we figure out more what it does.
The way you figure out what a magical item does is to experiment with it, and I'm the only one here who's actually trained to do that.
Can we not do that when we're in the middle of nowhere still trying to figure out what the hell happened with this other guy?
You prefer I experiment
Can you
on
please do
around
that?
crowds?
I am going to have to say that given Merkin's I don't think that he should be the one to experiment with the eyepiece.
Yeah, you accidentally blow shit up.
And are frequently a conduit of dark magic that blows everyone else up.
I'm
Frequently a conduit.
I don't think necessarily that's dark magic.
I mean, philosophically speaking, I don't think there is such a thing as dark and light magic. It is just a wielder, but right now that is not here or there.
So yeah, she's agreeing with me.
I am agreeing that I think that Merkin is possessed.
I'm not possessed.
That is exactly what a possessed person would say.
It's all what a person who's not possessed would say.
Khalid would know. He works for the church.
I do not work for the church.
The power of Sadis compels you.
No, that's not how this works.
He works for a church.
No, all of you are wrong.
Stump works for the church.
Thank you.
DM?
Yes.
And he tried to steal
is
it
the Order
too.
of Status connected to a church?
But Sadis
I
is a
mean,
god.
they're connected. They're not like under the church or part of the church.
Okay.
So he's in cahoots with the church.
Everybody's in cahoots with the church.
Same difference.
Not that person.
Same difference.
I'm in cahoots with the innkeepers. That's who I'm in cahoots with.
What are you in
Regardless.
cahoots with the innkeepers for?
All
To get
of
a
this
fucking decent meal.
points to a more fundamental problem. Not one, but two of us felt so compelled by an object that we were willing to take from the group.
Oh, I was not in any way compelled by the object.
He was compelled by the dark
And
power
I
that
don't-
possesses him.
I don't feel that Stump was compelled by the object either. I mean, I've worn the thing and I'm not compelled by the object, so I don't think there's any concern there.
This is
It really exfoliated you on that right side, though. Look, the pores look very cleansed.
Well, it's not exactly the way I would have gone about it.
There is also the option that we ask Stump why he tried to take the object.
You could ask Merkin. That is also a thing you could do.
We know a Merkin tried to take the object.
Ah, yes, the person who sees everyone as dead now also sees people as possessed. We really should trust that. That's...
Elspeth was unfairly taken it,
Hush.
having a problem
you, but
because
him.
of what happened in that temple.
Oh, you mean the temple when she was touched by dark magic?
She was not possessed by dark
I
magic.
think the difference here is I am equally intrigued by the mask, but I did not try to steal it from our friends. So
Exactly. At least I can trust Elspeth not to turn against
I
us.
wasn't stealing anything. But I didn't go anywhere. I wasn't running away with it. I was literally in my sleeping sack.
You still stole it. What you did after is something else. You stole the mask. It was not in your possession, and after you took it, it was in your possession. And you took it from a party member. We need to be able to trust each other. I don't want to go to sleep wondering what you're going to try to get out of my pack next time.
You're my sister. I don't want anything in your pack.
Well, stay the hell out of it. You're not welcomed.
This is a lot of nonsense. It's late. We are all tired. No good decision can be made like this.
Don't let her be the most sensible person in the party.
Well,
I'm
obviously,
not going to sleep
sensible.
with you.
Well, I mean, we could take watch. Weren't we taking watch, or are we in the hut?
no, we were trusting our friends before.
So we take watch. I mean, although Merkin's tied up, I don't think there's any more concern that there's
Well,
going to be any shenanigans.
obviously, you're going to untie me.
Well, I mean, you
I
did
am.
try to blow us up again, Merkin.
Ah, that wasn't. I didn't try to do that. Okay, that's just accident.
I think we should add these to his list of credentials of why he should be the one to analyze the mask. Just as long as we are keeping everything on the table.
Yeah, I don't know, Merkin. I'm not sure. But I do think that we need to set up watch, determine what we're going to do, and then sleep, because and then decide about the rest tomorrow. Things always look better with a little sunlight on them.
I am not so tired, so I can take first watch now.
Good. Maybe you can talk to Merkin and try to figure out this possession thing.
Merkin has said his piece. with
Not
me, I think,
possessed.
so. I have
Oh,
very
no
little left to
compulsion.
say.
Did you have to drag me away from the tree basement? No.
Was the tree basement cursed? By whatever it is that was
I
talking
don't
to
know,
you?
but he did that. He knocked Stump and I out when we were down there. So whatever it is, it touched him again at that point.
I didn't knock you two out.
Did anybody get knocked out? I don't think we
Yeah,
got-
you did.
Oh,
When you got possessed down below, you filled
that's
full of
right.
Cam had to get them back up. You blew up Cam and Merkin and Stomp. I mean, Cam and Elspeth and Stomp.
When did that happen?
In
In
the
the-
thing below after Obsidian.
The mine shaft.
The
Oh,
possessed thing doesn't
I
sound so
know.
crazy
It wasn't
now.
Under the
No,
tree.
in the bottom of the
Yeah, under
Yeah,
the
ritual
tree.
circle, you cast like a thunder wave on people.
Didn't?
No, he didn't cast a thunder wave on people. The
Hey,
that black
something came
stuff
through-
took him over.
Yeah.
His
Yeah,
eyes
as the
went black.
it got triggered from the force wave of the entity.
Yeah. It didn't do that. That was something done to and through me.
Oh,
Right.
it is almost as though you are possessed.
All right, you're the one who is constantly seeing the dead people after touching the dark magic. Just pointing that out there.
And yet she still hasn't stolen from us or
That I-
blown us up
That I
or
touched
anything
to
like that.
save
I
the
don't
life
know.
of the
I
life
think
of
our
my
coin
friend.
port is pretty light after her actions.
That was not. But she didn't reach into our pouches and steal that money. We willingly gave it because of the damages done on the barn so that we could move on to our mission.
Also completely
lost-
unrelated to possessions, so
Listen.
irrelevant.
Merkin has made his feelings on me clear, and this is fine. He is not the first person to dislike me, and he is not the last. I am more
I
than
like you just fine. I just like you a lot better when you're not baselessly claiming I'm possessed.
I am more interested in making sure that our party is preserved. So
Look, Murky, it's worse if you're not possessed, because then you did this intentionally.
100% intentionally took the mask.
In which case, I'm sorry, but I don't trust you. And you're
This
going to
is-
have to earn it back.
Oh,
Just you still trust Stump though, just so we're clear.
No, I
No,
don't think
pissed
so.
at him too. But at least he came clean, so he's already taken a step towards
Game.
earning it back.
yeah, but you're not admitting how affected you've been by the dark magic in the mine.
I admitted that plenty to Camilla, thank you very much, but we are not in the mine, nor have I felt anything approaching that since we left it.
Well,
Who expected this campaign to turn into the thing?
the thing.
Yeah. We're at the scene where everyone's tied up and McCreary has the flamethrower and he's like, I'm gonna test you all.
I do not. I have no context for this.
I should
You've
watch
never
the movie again.
The Thing?
No.
No.
The Thing is one of the greatest movies ever.
It's great. I can't watch horror movies.
he doesn't watch anything.
I-
scary.
Honey
It's
can't watch horror
bad.
movies.
Yeah, I've seen it and it's bad.
Because there's a head that
Um,
literally turns into a head spider, but yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, pass.
No,
Not doing that.
Nope. Nope.
No.
Nope. Nope.
No, I did not need to remember that.
I dream too vividly for that shit.
So,
How do you dream visually? That's not
Vividly.
you can't see anything in your head, but you can see dreams. Let's
Yes.
analyze this for 15 minutes.
Yeah, I don't
No.
understand that. If you
That's
okay,
can't,
actually-
so
yeah.
you can't imagine things visually in your head, how do you dream vividly?
back to the game.
It's a thing that happens, and it is pretty common.
Mm.
Keep telling yourself that.
So okay, so people are tired. They can go to sleep. I will sit here and ignore Merkin. I do think at some point we should ask Stump why he did what he did. And at
I
some
mean, he's
point,
standing right there.
Stump.
This is
Why
a
did
job
you do
for
what
Cam.
you did?
I mean, oh, for crying out loud.
Heck, I'm
Stomp.
sending you the best parts.
Why did you do what you did?
Well, I do wonder why Merkin took it first.
Faster than you?
I mean, we're gonna have to work on your ability to redirect.
I mean, I think he sounds like he's
I
good at it.
didn't take the mask. I reported the theft.
But you
I
went
know.
to take the mask.
So, am I in trouble for what I didn't do?
The intent of what you didn't do. Because the intent was there to do it if it had been there and Markin hadn't got there ahead of you.
I'm waiting for Tom to start quoting Minority Report.
Just be
Well-
careful before you check any of your messages in Discord.
No,
Yes, never check Sus next PM ever again.
that guaranteed. That's how that shit's gonna go down.
It's some of the best practical effects. No CGI. It's from the 80s. Just keep that in mind when you look.
How about hell fuck no?
I
How's that?
will be deleting them for him.
It's all real. It could happen tonight.
Tab. Hush. I'm on your side, Kagan.
I hear you, honey. I'm with you. So,
So stomp.
Gosh, it sure is late. We should probably get some sleep.
Time me. Let's go to sleep.
Cam is just going to stare at Stump.
Stump, what did you want with the mask?
I was worried that somebody else would. I was worried that somebody else was going to take it.
Inside check.
I want to insight check that too.
Roll
I
insight
trust
checks,
them.
I guess.
Haiku!
Zero insight checks against the guy who's been lying.
Well, because we know he's been lying.
We just assume he's lying.
No one insight checks to try to tell if I'm telling the truth. That's a good point. You guys are jerks.
Well, the only insight check is see if there's a chance you might be telling the truth. You don't have to do that. I mean, Stump. Has he lied before?
Oh, that would have been a good check. 22.
It was.
He's not lying.
I'm sorry. Did you say he's not lying?
He's not lying. He
Uh-oh.
was
Did we
concerned
lose?
somebody else was going to take it.
He's coming back.
Wait, he believes his own lie?
No. I know exactly what he's getting at. He is not lying. He's just really much more clever than we give him credit for.
I mean, I already suspected that.
Which, I mean, with Khalid's insight check, you can convince him of anything at this point. So,
Low wisdom paladins for the win.
ooh,
High wisdom rogues.
strength is all
Actually,
you
my
need.
wisdom isn't that great, but I have expertise and insight. So.
And a pointy stick.
I mean, if this is what he was concerned about, then Merkin turned around and confirmed it, so...
You're fucking welcome, Stump.
I think the overnight increase in the number of people going through my things should really inspire a bit more concern about what all of our relationships are.
I mean, Stump. The captains has taught us. If you got a problem, you talk to us. You talk to each other. You talk to him. You don't just go steal things from your buddies.
My plan wouldn't have worked if I told Khalid what was happening.
You could have told me.
My plan wouldn't have worked if I told you what was happening.
Why? I don't get it.
Fortunately, I was here to foil his plan.
Well, no, he foiled your plan, is what
Yeah, we don't. I
happened.
believe you, Merkin. So just shut up.
No! Finally talk without whatever the hells that was in my mouth. I'm gonna talk.
The reality is what's been done is done. How we proceed as whatever we are after this is really what matters.
Well, I think that it is an important discussion. I mean, there are several things we have to talk about. You know, for example, who are we working with? Who do we trust? What is our goal? You know, I don't even know where to begin with Merkin and Stump. These are my first friends, and these are my first betrayals. I'm going to leave that to Cam. He is best with people. But I do think that there is greater things to be discussed before we maybe meet with the Druid elders or go back to the city or anything like that.
I have to agree with Elspeth about that. I mean, I think that there is a little bit of implicit trust with the druids because they want. I mean, druids seem to want balance. They seem to want a normal balance of things.
Their magic is very pretty.
These are all very
But-
generic statements that don't really
Yes.
capture the personalities of the people we're talking about.
Precisely. I agree. That's why I said the implicit trust is maybe something that we should not have. Just like I implicitly trusting the church or
Your friends.
the tower or the order.
All I know is I want to be able to trust all of you. And now I can't.
No, I promised you before in the city that I would never do something like this again, and I have not done it. I did set the barn on fire,
No.
but that was already an accident.
You earned it back.
Thank you. I will keep trying.
You didn't trust me before I took the mask.
I
mean-
did. You're my brother.
I mean,
I give you
He's-
shit because
he's
you're my brother.
not
That's
entirely
like in the-
wrong. You went
I
directly
mean, you
to him.
did assume that he took it first. I mean,
She
none of
also-
us considered it.
You also
Alright.
spoke against me being able to examine it or work with it.
I mean,
But I do think that Merkin is not trustworthy because there has been, and it's not any fault of your own, Merkin. You know, I mean, we drug you down there into the mine.
There's a big difference in trust and being worried about you. Yeah, I don't want you necessarily to mess with magic you don't necessarily understand till you understand a little bit more of it because you've blown shit up all our lives, including our friends, and now me.
Twice.
recently.
Twice.
3 times for
Three
me.
times for
I mean,
some of
if we're counting, it's been like 3 times for me.
I've only done 2 fireballs, thank you very much. The third time you suffered friendly fire was Elspeth.
It was lightning. Yes.
No, you blew us up under the tree too, but
That totally wasn't me. That was nothing I did.
well, I don't think you're doing the fireballing on purpose either, but it happens. It's still ultimately you as a conduit for whatever reason.
I'm pretty powerful. That's why I think I'll be able to figure out the mask.
So, there are red flags for me with that statement. Coming
I mean-
from a family of dark wizards who are very attracted to power, I think we need to put the brakes on this situation.
Wait, what?
But ultimately, it wasn't your decision to make alone, and it wasn't yours either, Stump. If we're gonna trust each other, and if we're gonna work together, we gotta do this together, not individually. So when the rest of the group is saying, hey, let's slow down, you slow the hell down. And if you don't trust us to help make that decision as a group, we got no business being here. And I might as well just head the hell out because I can't do it this way.
Oh. I think we've uncovered too much of a mystery to split up now. No chance of it getting solved. Because everybody is just blithely ignoring these things happening.
Or facilitating them.
Precisely.
These are the big conversations to have, though. And I do think that perhaps
In
we
the
should,
light of day, I
we should do
agree.
it tomorrow before we meet with the druids to decide what we will be divulging to people and what people's concerns are and all that sort of thing.
I agree. Alright,
Cam is just going to sit and stare at Stump for a while.
I'm
I
going
will
to try to
study
take
since-
my rest.
Since I have not had the formal training that allows me to blow up my friends, I will sit here and study my magic book in order to advance my skill.
Stump covers his eyes.
I have only spent 20 years of my life in this art, so let me continue my endeavors. Kristen sits by a tree and casts light on her nose again.
All right, Alex will go and try to sleep.
Cam is
Merc,
going
maybe
to
get an
cast
untie?
What's that?
what?
Can maybe someone untie Merkin?
Cam's not untying him.
I didn't say we can.
I mean, do we need to
It's
keep
up
him
to the
tied
others.
up? I mean, we're going to keep watch. I'll take second watch. Elspeth makes sure to wake me. But I mean,
Cam
Should
is
we-
going to use Cam's last 3rd level spell to cast Leomund's Tiny Hut again. And then Cam, he's
You
asking
can
me
you
for a
can
spot
make
to
it so
put
I
it there.
can't enter. You
I
know.
was going to say, and neither Stump nor Merkin are going to be invited inside.
Are you at least going
Because
to tell
that's
us?
the frame of mind that Cam is
She just
currently
Are you at
in.
least
invited
going
you
to
for
tell
this
us that we
birthday
don't
party.
walk against the dome and like bump our
No,
face?
Cam's just she's gonna do it and set it and go inside, and you can bash your head against it all you want, but you can't go in. Elspeth,
All right.
Khalid, and Alex, and even Helios, you're gonna be allowed to sleep in the damn
If
hut.
Helios goes in, Kelly's sleeping outside.
Alex.
I don't think Helios would go in, but
Remind-
Helios is laying on the far end of this little canopy with like his pack draped over his face, trying to ignore everybody.
Helios is half elven, right? Or did I
Yes.
make that up? Okay, just making sure.
So what do we think? Do we want to untie Markin? I mean, if we untie him, he'll have the ability to do magic and things of that nature. But we are going to have a watch on.
He
I
is,
don't know how to get
he
rid
is
of that
able to
little
do magic,
circle.
but he has tried to kill us twice at this point,
It
perhaps
made me
3 times, and has
target,
not
so-
succeeded.
Get rid of what?
it made me target, and I don't know how to get rid of it.
I don't know.
The most respectful thing I can do at this point towards Merkin, for the sake of my love for Cam, is to just pretend he does not exist in the same room as me. But I think it is fine to untie him. I am not afraid of Merkin.
What do you think, Khalid?
I'll watch him.
Well, Elspeth is taking first watch, but I mean, all right. So Alex will cut. Well, no, we won't try to cut the. I'll try to untie the knots because we don't want to cut the rope. The rope is valuable,
Khalid, if you
and we
would-
might need to tie him up again.
Khalid, if you would like to watch him, I think there is something that I would like to mention to you if you want to, if you are going to be awake for a few moments.
Okay.
Okay. We will watch him.
All right. Do I need to roll anything to try to untie Merkin? Or should I just be able to do that? I mean, I worked on the ship too, so.
I mean, you can probably untie him.
Okay.
Unless you're
Well,
just
I know
trying to
that
do the
Cam-
flare. You can roll, see how
Cam
cool,
did-
cool
no.
you're untying him.
No, Cam did a lot of fancy shippy knots and stuff, so I just want to make sure.
You can untie him.
Okay, good.
I so hereby rule.
Okay, good. I untie Merkin. Now, I'm going to sleep. I suggest you do the same. And then I'm going to head into the little hut and lay in my bedroll.
Okay.
Merkin is now untied.
Khalid,
Yes.
we need to talk about something very serious.
The suspense is killing me.
Given our past conversations on this subject, I think this may come as a surprise for you, but I am beginning to become concerned that you might be racist.
Okay.
Might be
This-
what?
Racist.
Becoming racist.
This unexplained prejudice that you have against Helios. Do you think perhaps, I mean, was there someone in your order that was a half-elf that was mean to you?
No.
Then why?
I mean, there's nothing about him that screams anything that we should trust him. If something went missing, why would I suspect one of our own party when there's someone who's outside of our party
No,
sleeping
I
right there?
agree. And if it had just been that incident, then I would support this logic. But it goes far beyond that. You know, it is I mean, I see the way you look at him just when we are walking. It is a, if you come within 3 feet of me, I will blow you up with my eyes look.
I mean, because that's what will happen.
But why?
Because he is not someone that strikes me as a contributor. He has asked much of us and provided us with nothing in return, despite making all of these promises and suggesting that he would somehow repay us. He didn't even fight when we burnt down that brigand's fort.
But he offered to take us to the town
He
and
did.
help us find.
He did too. He fought with his bow.
That's not what Khalid believes.
He did fight. I saw him. I couldn't see much. But he did say he would give us connections, but then we found Sir Woodhart, and he is taking us to meet his elders now.
I still don't trust him.
So I think that perhaps you come from a place where you have to be wary of outsiders. And I understand this. And I am kind of the opposite in that my whole life has been made up of outsiders. So, I just talk to them. But for you it is a thing of you have to earn my trust. And I would like to suggest that maybe they should also earn your distrust. And in the meantime, you could just, not be an asshole, but also not be a friend. Just this medium, apathy.
If I was being an asshole, he wouldn't be alive.
That is a bit extreme. I think that goes beyond just being an asshole. Okay, it was just a friendly suggestion. We can also sit here in silence like we normally do for our watches.
Well, I'm happy to talk. I enjoy our conversations.
I don't know what else to talk about. That is all I have. She goes back to reading. Right,
OMG. Does anybody else try to get into the hut? Because I'm dying to see how that plays out.
Cam's already in there sleeping.
Yeah, Alex
to.
too. Alex too.
Stump's gonna try to walk into the hut.
Oh.
Oh no, Stump's gonna cry.
It's kind of a dome shape, so you walk up to it and you kind of stub your toe, like real good solid kick into the bottom floor of it, without passing through like you normally do.
Okay. He's just going to hang his head, walk about
Oh god.
6 or 7 feet away. He's gonna curl up into a ball to go to sleep.
Khalid, you should go talk to Stump.
Oh god.
Khalid, you should go talk to Stump.
About what?
About, I don't know, life and trust. Well, never mind. You should not be the one to talk to Stump about trust. I will talk to Cam about it in the morning. Never mind.
Why can't I talk to someone about trust?
I mean, I used to think that I was an awkward person, and then I met you, and it made me realize maybe I'm just kind of an average person.
I'm not awkward.
You're not awkward, but you are perhaps not the best with people skills.
I have plenty of skills with people.
If it comes to arresting them, this is true. Cam is like exceptional with people, and I am pretty poor with people, and you are very good at exactly what you do, and that is scared of people.
Being charismatic is largely about getting people to do what you want them to do.
And you are very persuasive. I will give you that.
And there you are. I am exceptionally charismatic.
Okay, so I'm going to study and, have a good evening.
Alright. So everybody goes to sleep? Are you taking watches? Is that what you were doing?
Elspeth's giving watch.
Yeah.
It's not even going to try to go in the dome. Merkin's going to make a little stick hut and go to sleep. Merkin's tiny hut.
Merkin's tinier hut.
Your crappier hut. Yeah.
Alright, so, well, your watch goes without real concern or happening. I don't know if
Yeah,
you wake anybody up
whenever
within that.
Yeah, whenever Elspeth gets tired or it's time, just wake Alex up.
Okay, Elspeth goes and taps Alex in.
Oh, all right. Yes. Rest well. And I'm going to kind of check the perimeter, make sure everybody's where they're supposed to be. Check in on.
Merkin's laying on a few sticks, Stumps sobbing in his sleep.
Oh dear.
Khalid's, I don't know, watching stoically at something.
Is Khalid still freaking awake?
Yeah,
I don't know.
He goes to sleep eventually somewhere near Merkin.
Okay, you don't go in the hut.
With his eyes open, looming over him.
Yeah.
Run, I
Frightening.
dare you. I've trained my whole life for this.
God mercy. Lord. All right, and I'm gonna be checking outwardly as well. I'm not
Okay.
gonna zone out in a book and no offense, Elspeth.
No.
Great at watching with disadvantage.
I mean, your night passes without any real concerns. About halfway through your shift, it starts raining. You know, it's pretty cold out, so it's this kind of freezing rain that sticks to you. And
Thanks.
Gwendolyn made like a canopy over your heads, you know, to cover from rain and such. Although there is significant amount of holes in it at this point, scorched out of the way. So
I'm gonna duck. I can see through the hut, right?
Yeah.
yes.
I'm gonna duck
100%
into the
stay out
hut
of it.
once it starts raining
Yeah.
and just still sit up and watch.
Yeah. So it's drying nice and there. Anybody outside the hut are kind of getting, this sprinkled freezing rain on them.
I am gonna find a blanket and go put it over Stump before I duck under the hut.
He's already soaked from the tears that he shed.
Oh God!
Let them
Oh,
hear you
no.
cry. Make them hear you cry, Stump. They've earned it.
They did earlier. But yeah, that watch goes without. Your night goes without things. I mean, I don't know if anybody else was taking a watch.
I don't know if anybody else was or not.
Just Alex staying up.
Well, yeah, because the only other person who could take a watch is Cam, and I
don't want to leave Cam alone with them right now.
I'm Alex is feeling that. If I have to take a point of exhaustion, I just have to.
You should go wake up Helios.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. Okay, I'm gonna go wake up Helios and ask him if he can take a watch.
He hates us so much.
and say I normally would not intrude because this is, but I don't trust Cam with Stump and Merkin on her own. Elspeth and Khalid have already done a watch, but I also need to rest. Is there any chance you can just watch so that there's no more shenanigans tonight and it stays peaceful?
Helios is still kind of covered. He has his cape like draped over his head. You can't really see him. He's kind of covered up stuff. It takes him a few seconds after you say, like, "Go away."
So, can you watch? Or I mean,
you're in the Grove of the Elder. Nothing's gonna come here. You're fine.
I
you don't need to
understand.
watch.
I understand. but we're
The
not
biggest
necessarily
threat here are your friends.
Precisely. That is what we're trying to watch.
Watch from what?
To
If they
keep
run
them
away,
from
they run away.
Yeah, but we don't want that to happen. And
I'm starting to figure out that I'm pretty okay with some of you running away.
fine, I will stay up.
Good.
And then I'm going to purposefully shake whatever branches or whatever is close by so that more water falls on him as I leave. I mean, I'm gonna do it unobtrusively, but I'm like gonna accidentally on purpose do it as I kind of move away.
He's pretty wet already underneath us, like packing stuff. So he probably doesn't knows it to start with. He's kind of soaked from tip to toe. So you're staying up the rest of the night watching.
Yes,
Is anybody that's being watched doing anything there in the night?
they're sleeping at the moment, but they were supposed to be sleeping before when they were attempting to steal things from their own party.
Are you in character with me right now?
I think she is.
Isn't it? Aren't I talking to Helios?
No. I was
Oh,
asking.
You're talking to Tab.
I thought you were still talking to Helios.
I was just
Never
seeing if
mind.
any like Stump or Merkin was making a run for it or something there in the night. Otherwise,
Once Cam has a full rest, Cam will spell Alex so she can lay down, but Cam will stay in the freaking hut and watch them and just sit there and glare.
Oh, it's amazing.
all right. See that?
Tab expected us to argue longer.
Oh, we
I
have
know.
plenty to discuss.
Yeah, we haven't finished. We're just trying to get through the
So-
night's rest. So do we get a long rest or not?
Yeah, you get a long rest, all of you. more or
Even
less.
Alex.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. Since-
Leah, I don't know if you were in chat yet when Tab was talking about it, but all of the magical items that haven't been given
That
out
nobody
yet-
had on their sheet or like haven't is in the party loot.
Okay, yeah, but there's not ever been anything for Alex, so
Magic
there's
adjacent.
There's a Moonsteel Longsword in there that is maybe we don't know what it does yet, but
no, we do know
yeah.
it's only enchantable.
It's just a moonsteel. It's not actually magic.
Yeah, it's not actually magic. It is supposed to be better for being enchanted, but of course we don't know anybody who enchants anything. And is it a long sword or a short sword? Because whatever it is, I think that Alex could wield it. But
My notes said longsword. It might have been changed at some
it says
point.
Longsword, but it's finesse and it's versatile, so you can use Dex.
Yeah, it's a light and finesse weapon. I know.
So you can also
But I
use it
don't
in
know.
your offhand.
yeah, I mean, I hope that one day we can get it enchanted, but I mean, the chances of that are slim. So
I don't think it's slim, otherwise it wouldn't exist. I would grab that if I were you.
I mean, I did have it. I don't know why it wasn't
Okay,
on my
but-
sheet, but
I don't know.
So
I
you
wasn't on
didn't
cheat
know?
either. That was true for a lot of things as I went through.
The
But
potions
yeah,
of
no,
healing need to
Alex
be
was
split up.
and
Yeah.
Alex was supposed to have those, and I also do have potions of healing, and I have one potion of greater healing. I have a potion of growth and a potion of invisibility, and broken thieves' tools.
If they're not on your sheet, you don't have them.
Yes.
Those things are on my sheet,
Okay.
and I thought the sword was too, but Alex
You
did take that before.
Looking at this, I think we should split up the potions of healing. Alex should really take that wand of magic missiles for the times when Alex gets caught and can't do anything from range. Because I think
don't you have to
everybody
have-
else can, can't they?
How can
Really
you
can't.
can
I
you
need to
use
pick-
that
I need
wand
to
if
pick
you're
up the
not?
longbow.
Can you use the? Can you
If she
use the
can
wand
use it,
with?
yeah. That would give her some kind of something to do when she's caught where she can't do anything from a range. Which might actually be kind of nice.
Yeah, this requires attunement.
Hmm.
I don't think it even needs attunement.
What is Night Piercer?
It's a mask.
That's the mask.
Oh, okay. Cam currently has that.
Cam has it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just figured until somebody attuned to it, it could be in party lead.
Yeah, that's fine. What's Ring of Friends do?
Unless you cast friends once a day.
Oh, okay.
Khalid should get that.
Yeah,
Yeah, Khalid probably needs that.
he doesn't make people mad enough. Yeah, anybody can use the wand of magic missile.
Okay, I'll take that. So that. Yeah.
It's also,
hold on, let me
it's
find
also
the
probably a
part of it.
sentinel shield either Khalid or Stump should have.
Yeah.
All right,
Whoever
I'll
has a
take the
regular
sword
shield.
too for whenever we come across somebody who can enchant something.
The wood necklace you don't have anymore.
Stump
I
is currently
have-
not taking items from anybody.
Also, Khalid is supposed to have the.
I think this is more an out of character arrangement of stuff you were supposed to have
Yeah.
already.
Yes, I know. Khalid was supposed to have the deed of Falkhaven because Alex gave it to him.
I put it
I
in
have-
the party loot because
Yeah. Well, you
I
don't
mean,
have
it's kind
a
of
you don't have
group
like a
thing, yeah.
Single
I moved
party
that
loot
wand.
bag
Where
from
did
it.
it go? Oh, okay.
what was
I
that,
have
Tab?
one potion of healing already. So does anybody not have a potion of healing?
I have a potion of greater healing, so I'm good.
Stump has one.
Elspeth doesn't, but in theory she shouldn't get it that much.
Yeah, but
You
you
should
should
probably
still, we
get
would try
one.
to make sure
Okay.
everybody had at least one just
I
for
will.
emergencies.
There's 4 in there, so.
Because even if you don't drink it, it's still handy to go and pour down somebody else's throat if they fall near you.
True. Okay.
'Cause
We
I
all.
assume anything that's in party loot is
I need
basically
to move
saddlebag.
something back. I need to move something back to party loot because we were going to give this to Stump and/or Khalid. The Lapis stone.
Okay, I took a potion of healing.
Oh yeah.
Does Merkin have a potion of healing?
Don't, but I'm
Okay.
You
taking.
can just drag it in there.
Yeah, you should. And Khalid, do you have one?
Healing potion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a greater healing potion. To be honest, I really only hold on to it in case I have to heal somebody.
I put the spell gem back in there. The idea of the spell gem is now is for Stump to attune to it and cast a first level healing spell on it to store that spell and then hand it to Khalid. You do not have to attune to it to use the spell, only to charge it. To use it, it must be a spell that is on your class's spell list. It's a heal on a stick, basically. It doesn't expend resources.
I mean, Khalid can technically charge it up too if he has it, you know.
Yeah.
That's free.
He uses all of his spell slots for smiting and presumably hanging.
Yeah, but you have enough downtime. You can probably charge it up. So either way.
Holy hanging.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Grab stuff you need from there.
That
I
would be
assume
decent
anything that's
for
listed at party loot is basically a
Elspeth.
saddlebag, then I'm gonna steal it.
That'd
First
be
chance.
decent for you to have an extra spell slot.
What?
for
Oh.
spell gem.
No, I actually
Cam
don't
needs
want
to
to
put
I
Night
tried to
Piercer
convince
in her.
to take it. I tried to
Her-
convince her to take it so that she could store like magic armor in it and not feel like she's wasting.
I think having the extra heal is much more helpful.
Yeah, I
we
mean-
almost die a lot.
Some of this, like Night Piercer and that, I'm not going to put in mine. It's going to stay in party loot, but it's on cam
Well,
right now.
no, Tab is saying
No,
that
that's
he's
fine.
going to consider anything
He's just
in party
being-
loot.
He's just being a pale. It's okay.
I'm not just
it's
being
hard
appealed.
It's hard to keep. I mean, like the whole idea of the inventory system is so that we know what is
Where stuff
available
is.
and what you actually
Yeah.
have on yourself. Because a lot of these items, like, we end up not using at all because we're like, well, it might be on somebody, or we think it's
Yeah.
somewhere else. So that's why if it's in the party loot, it is essentially not on your character.
But is it for you?
Right.
Okay. So I guess here's my question. Like, are we trying to empty the party loot, or are we trying to leave community items there?
I think you're trying to take anything that can be useful out of there to
Okay.
distribute to people.
It is essentially trash loot if we leave it in the party loot. If it's useful to us, we should probably give it to somebody
Okay.
to use it.
So I'm interested in the stack of books, though. So should
I don't even know what the stack of books is.
They came
I don't know.
They came from that place where we fought the plans, and we went to the guy's crib.
Okay.
Should I take the stack of books, Scott, or should
I
I
mean-
leave them?
Elspeth
you
would
can
be the
take the
one
stack
with
of
those
books.
for sure.
Okay, she'll take the stack of books.
And
I mean, stuff like that. I assume you could probably leave. I just assume it's like on Elspeth's horse in a stuffed saddlebags.
Okay, so we're
If
good.
you don't like carry it around personally.
and I think Khalid should take the spare potion of healing that's left in there. because that way, I mean, you're the one that gets probably hurt the most, and
Essentially, party loot is stuff you do not have readily available.
Okay. Okay, then in that case, I am going to put the books back, just in case people want to reference them.
What stack of books? Where was those from?
They were from the tomb that the dude we went down and
Oh.
yeah, I don't think we ever talked about them specifically beyond his life a little bit, but there was just stuff that he had there.
Okay.
I thought the small wooden carved doll that got given to
I think
Stump gave that to the boys.
He might have.
I think you're right.
He
yeah,
did.
I think it did.
So
Yes, I
that's
think
gone.
that's gone.
That's already.
The wood necklace is Helios, and he's wearing it.
Yeah, so that's gone.
Well, let me see. I actually have that here somewhere. I think maybe. I don't know. So much crap on this list. Another reason. Yeah, let's delete that. Is that the right thing?
And I don't need the Ring of Friends, so somebody else. I think maybe Khalid should take that too, just
So
in
you
case.
have the Spellium, the Sentinel Shield, the Ring of Friends. There are magical items, and the mask, which Cam currently technically have.
Yeah, I'm just not putting it on my sheet just because I'm not actively using it or attuned to it or anything. It's just there.
So, y'all figure that out. In the morning, Helios wakes up before any of your friends, Cam, and just heads into the cabin at the break of dawn, without really saying much to you.
Camel stick her head out and wave to him. Sorry.
Me too.
Yeah, I know. And then go back to sitting and glaring.
So, this little drizzle of a rain, it's probably hovering around freezing exactly. So, it kind of hits you and it starts running off you and kind of freezes a little bit on your clothes. Such.
I make Merkin's tiny ice hut out of the water.
Merkin, as the rest of you wake up, you find Merkin basically in a little doghouse built around himself.
Before we go out, when Elspeth wakes up in the hut, she's gonna say, Cam, I know that this is a sensitive subject right now, but first, can they hear us on the outside?
I don't know. It doesn't say it blocks sound, so
That's a good question.
I don't know.
Let's see. It's on your sheet.
It doesn't really get addressed.
Let's see.
They can't see inside of it, but it doesn't address sound at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you can hear noises and sounds through it. You can hear anybody talking on the outside can hear. The other way around.
Okay.
Okay, well, in that case, then these can wait until later. If we had a moment in private, I was going to say, even though timing is not optimal, but yeah, we can wait then. So I will talk to you later if it's
Or you
okay.
can whisper, and I don't think they would hear
I'm
it.
not very good at subtlety. I think we should wait.
Okay.
Also, Alex is in the hut, so.
Which means
well, I
Cam
presume-
can't actually leave the hut, or else the hut goes away. So.
I mean, it's morning. It's around 7-ish a.m. Sun starts going up.
Well, once
people are
Alex
waking up.
and Elspeth are awake, then Cam will go out of the hut.
Okay.
When Stump wakes up, he's gonna open up the bottom of his alms box and just shake it to make sure there isn't any coins in it, which there aren't. And then he's going to take off the periaptive wound closure and stuff it in there. He's gonna stuff the paper birds in there, and he's gonna start putting a healing potion in there, whatever from his possessions that he can fit stuffed into it. That's what he's currently
I
doing.
broke Stump. You broke Stump.
Yeah, all that would definitely fit in there. They're not big things.
Cam will just quietly walk over to where Stump is.
Oh, the
and cast
300 gold
Prestidig-
pieces worth of diamonds in there.
Cam will cast Prestidigitation just to dry him off and, and not say a word to him, and then turn around and walk off.
Where?
Around the corner.
The real question is
toward the elder's house or whatever.
Okay.
does that, when she's drying him, does that also remove the silent tears streaking down his cheek?
Oh God.
Stump has this blue like ice sickles just going down his cheeks.
Merkin is going to build a fire and start warming up some bacon.
All right.
Anyone not named
Oh.
Camilla want some bacon?
Do you think my name is Camilla still, or
No, you can have some bacon. It might be
It
possessed
might be
bacon, though,
poison.
so be careful.
It likely is. Okay, I have a question. Can I use Alter Self to grow fur?
What? This is getting weird.
It doesn't specify that. It says natural weapons.
I mean, if you're allergic to cats, the fur is a natural weapon.
I mean, it says you can change the way you look.
You can appear as a creature of a different size than you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could grow fur.
Elspeth grows
Sure.
fur.
Or
Because she's cold.
I'm gonna need a description here.
She's like a yeti. I'll find you a picture.
Send him the creepiest furry shit you can find. I know I'm about to.
As someone who, as discussed previously, has literally no mind's eye, I would appreciate a picture.
We're gonna assume Elspeth now looks like a cat girl.
She'll go with yours too.
wow.
Alright, I'm in.
I'm gonna say that you should definitely check your private messages now.
No! I have 5
Kaga's
messages
already
from
burned down
Sez,
his.
and I have not checked them, because I'm afraid.
Good. You should be.
Wait, the bower's still there, right? From the elder.
Define a bower.
Whatever.
The canopy thing that he
Yeah.
made.
whatever thing.
It's not great anymore because it got kind of burnt down, but
Well, Cam will just walk across to the other side of it, as far away from
Okay.
Merkin and Stump as.
that's where Helios
Good.
is sleeping,
Okay,
basically under a
sit down.
edge tree there.
Well-
Yeah,
Well, he's not sleeping now because he's already left
yeah, he left
to
Right.
the elder's cabin.
because Helios wanted to be as far away as possible.
I don't blame him.
Definitely be 30 feet away or more.
Yeah. So, getting around, Stump is packing all these things. Merkin's
Into
making
it.
bacon. Elspeth is furry.
And warm.
Cam's in a corner sulking.
You mean Camilla?
Fuming.
All right.
So, what are we doing?
We have to talk now
About what?
Do we?
about what our purpose is, who we are trusting.
Before we start, do anybody need a break?
Yes.
It is
Yeah,
9
that would be
9
really
o'clock.
good.
Yeah, because it's 10. So,
No, it's 9. Alright.
Wait,
8.
10.
be right back.
Alright, we're taking a quick break.
Yep.
2-minute recess. Anybody's late gets kicked out of campaign.
I'll be back.
Okay, let me find my furry picture. What's the name of the ESO cat people?
Oh shit.
The drug addicts?
They're not drug addicts.
They're drug addicts. They're drug peddlers.
Not all of them. Racist. Shit, what are they called?
ESO cat people.
Khajiit.
Khajiit.
I really want to know why I look better in your light than in
I don't know. Because
I feel like I need to increase the.
Stop hitting my chair.
Sorry.
You look too white in your own camera.
You look too vain in mine, though, so you know.
I
I need your camera. I need to take your camera now. I think it's the positioning in
Oh my
the
gosh,
room.
I can't believe this is an actual conversation.
But like, look at my
I think you're right,
shoulders,
Keg.
dude. My shoulders look awesome right now.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
I had the
We're just admiring Keg's shoulders right now.
why.
Avi.
So, what
'Cause
have
they
you
look
built with your
fantastic.
specs yet? I wonder if my specs are in the mailbox.
I don't build things with specs. They are essentially magnetic silly party for me.
I'm gonna build things with specs and then smash them.
You're building
That's
a
the whole
spec.
point. It's the whole point. So, I'm out of practice with stamping, so I've given up on that for the night.
Aww.
No.
Yeah, and I was gonna, and since today is Krampusnacht, I was gonna do a Merry Krampus, Manny, but
Hold on. Okay, we need to talk. Dick's Sporting Goods sells backyard ice rinks.
Did you know, guys, that
How
some
big?
places have seasons? So that works for some people.
Well, who the fuck buys a backyard ice rink?
I mean, if
guess
you have a
people
pool,
who are,
just have a backyard ice rink instead.
If you have a pool somewhere where it snows, you've wasted
Then
your
you
money.
have a backyard ice rink.
So,
you literally have family with
one of
pools
our-
in Wisconsin.
I know, it's the wrong answer.
I give you,
yeah,
have
one
you
of our
checked your
friends
private
has like
messages
a.
yet?
Two people talked to me,
I-
so I couldn't understand anybody.
Have you checked your private messages yet?
No, I have 6 unread.
And he's never gonna do that.
I'm just gonna have to delete
You
Discord now.
Come here. Look away.
Leave
Where's
the
your mouse?
last
Oh, your
three.
mouse is so fast.
Get rid of the scary ones, but
Okay,
keep
hold
the
on.
disturbing.
Hold on.
Cessning is basically dead to Cog now in Discord.
Don't look, okay? I don't think I can delete them.
Sure you can.
No, I'm pretty sure
Do
I can.
something
Do you want to
faster.
peek? You should peek. You can peek, Cog.
Cog.
Cog. Don't you want to peek just a little?
You do not
The
want
man
to.
Just a
is
little
on
peeking.
combat, and he won't
Okay.
look at the thing.
Look. I have scrolled down. Okay, look. This is fine. I promise. Look, I promise. These are just never scroll up again. Okay, look away because I don't know which way your mouse goes up or down. There you go.
Just
okay.
delete them.
I can't. I tried right clicking them and clicking on the dots and everything. Delete isn't an option in the PM. So.
You can't delete in PM.
Right.
oh wait, no, let me look at that. Surely that can't be right.
I send him so much furry stuff. It's awesome.
No.
You guys say, last cat girl.
Just delete your own
I'm
messages.
down.
Oh, you can only delete your own messages.
Are you setting Cog furry port? Should we discuss this?
Yes.
He
I think we
wanted.
should.
He said he needed a visual when his wife grew fur.
I mean, that's fair. He
I
did
sent,
say that.
I sent him
That's
visual.
what I prefer.
So, Cag,
All
I
right.
will let you know when, but I am deleting the messages that you don't want to see.
You're amazing.
Good.
He's
That's a good
Did I-
friend.
lying. It's a lie. It's a trap.
They're deleted. Your wife can even confirm for you if you don't trust me.
Which you will, I'm sure.
Trying to decide if he wants me to see on camera that he doesn't trust me.
He won't look. I'll check for him.
I have
all
literally no reason to scroll up.
All right. So you're having a family meeting via Elspeth, I guess.
Okay. All right, everyone has to come. We all have to talk this out.
Bacon's pretty good. You want some, Elspeth?
She does not respond to him at all.
Alex is gonna take
Bacon
some
for me?
bacon.
You want some? Do you want some bacon, Khalid?
I'll take it.
See, that's like you have some bacon, Khalid. You can have
Alex
some
will
bacon.
take some. Yeah, Alex will take some bacon.
I want you to know, Merkin, that it does not escape me that you did your best to toss me under the cart last night, so to speak.
Well, you're telling everyone I'm possessed when I'm not. So, Stump, my good
mean-
man, look like you did not sleep well. Have some bacon, sir.
I mean,
I'm
she's
not
not wrong.
very hungry.
Yeah, but I'm not
Stump,
wrong.
Stump, it's going to be all right. Cam is just a little bit mad right now.
Tell me, Merkin, when
Calm
you,
down.
when you look at magical items, what are you able to derive about their properties and uses?
I kind of click the buttons until they do something.
I just wanted to clarify as to where your expertise lies. Moving on from that then. Gam, we need to have a family meeting.
I can't hear you though.
She's muted.
I said, I can hear you.
Alright, so there are obviously some hard feelings among us and perhaps some questions. And, Stump said that he was concerned about somebody taking it. I think we have to figure out what we're doing here. And I am probably the worst person to lead this meeting.
I think you're very
I don't know. You seem to be doing fine. Elspeth, I wouldn't worry about that.
So, I know some of us have allegiances already, like some of you are with the Nightingale, and then Stump is with the church, and Khalid is with some amalgamation between the tower and the church. We have to ask ourselves, do not look at me and be confused that I don't understand your society. I have been there once. Anyway. Where do our loyalties lie? What are we trying to accomplish? Is this our problem?
I can't watch Casta talk right now because for some reason the sound and the video are off,
Oh no!
and it's really weird.
Yeah, it's actually really delayed.
Really?
Yeah.
That's probably
Yeah, I don't know why.
Turn off your.
It's not
camera.
I'm not
usually.
getting that.
I'll turn on my camera.
Oh no. Yeah, now it is delayed.
There we go.
Oops.
And now back
You
on.
gave her an excuse. I don't know what you're. I
Yeah,
don't
so
know.
turn it off and then back on.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay, test.
Yeah, that's better.
yeah, that's
Okay.
better. I don't know what happened there. It just kind of got messed up.
Off track.
So,
Yep.
obviously Obsidian is not a reliable individual, but he said that the tower and people in the church or something know what is going on and they're hiding information from the people. I also don't find that hard to believe.
I mean, I don't find that hard to believe either.
But the best
quite
lies are
frankly.
based in truth.
That is true.
That is fair. I would admit that's true as well. I would suspect that there is some level of things going on in the world that the tower and the church do not want the average person to be aware of. There are going to be people who know, though.
I mean, I know that everyone thinks I'm crazy when I say you should not sleep in the woods, but where I am from, the woods really does have some pretty spooky things. There is something that is out there that I don't understand. So I don't know if the church or tower knows about this.
I would think that somebody somewhere does know. But I do believe that they're not going to be getting that information about. I don't trust them implicitly. Any of them. They're all organizations. All organizations are made up of individuals can be corrupted.
So we have uncovered a lot of things. I think perhaps the first question is this our problem? Are we invested in whatever is going on?
I'm concerned about how it will affect people. The actual people who are living in these places that are being affected by these things that are happening. Like this town, like Falkhaven.
That is one person. There are more people in this family.
It's literally fallen onto Alex and Elspeth told everybody
Khalid,
together.
what
The
is your
worst
opinion?
people in the party to do this.
Show me your charisma, Khalid, and convince me of your point.
Whether it's our problem or
Use
not
the
depends.
friendship.
On the one hand, this is absolutely something that the Order would be concerned about. By extension, something I am concerned about. This smells of ties to that major event that we're recovering from as a society that I can't remember the name.
Rend.
I'm never going to remember it. Let's just accept that.
The ultimate white girl tongue roll.
I am totally impressed with her tongue roll, though, because I can't do that.
Me too.
That was
You're
so
stupid.
inappropriate.
You can't do the tongue roll?
Of course I can. How does that ever imply that I cannot do the tongue roll? She's
Because
white.
the way you said it, like, I'm so impressed at how she could do it, because Honey literally said, I'm impressed because I can't do it. And you said, me too.
No, I was me tooing the being impressed.
Khalid, does this imply then that you trust your order?
It's kind of an odd fish of a question.
Well, I mean, it is, but I mean, let me give you an example. I love my Baba very much. I do not trust her. I mean, and it is weird to say. She has taken care of me, but I also see her do things. I'm like, that's kind of odd. You know, I mean, I've known for a long time that there was something weird about, you know, my history and my relationship with her. So I think it is possible to love people and not trust them entirely. I mean, look at Cam and Merkin, for example.
They are an example.
I trust Camilla quite a bit.
So, what I'm
Cam
trying-
totally does that, not me.
What
But,
I'm
you know.
trying to ask you, Khalid, is there is something greater going on here. We have to figure out what we are doing now. Are we sharing information with people? Are we guarding it and just researching? Who do we think is behind this? What is going on? Who can we trust? Do we just wait until we have more information?
I don't think there's anything bad that could happen from from bringing this to the Order, if that's your question.
Okay.
That said, I don't know that they would be quick to action with something like this. So there's nothing that stops us from investigating independently as a precautionary measure, if you will. But again, those are my ties to the Order. It doesn't necessarily imply that anyone here should have to or should at all.
Well, I
Indeed,
will
but
add that we know that the Order can be deceived pretty damn easily
That is fair.
because Sir Woodhart / Obsidian certainly did it.
I don't know that there was an easy deception, being that he walked and talked, and just like Sir Woodhart, and they had no advance notice that he was dead. So
How'd they
you
not
don't-
know he was dead? Had you not reported that he died at Elspeth's village?
He was coming back to report it.
It was the reason I was coming back here in the first place.
I need to teach you about this thing called, like, messages and letters.
That's not something you put in a letter.
So,
Maybe it should be.
To a massive organization. I mean, no. Would you put that into a letter to his wife? No. Do you put that into a letter to your superiors? Absolutely.
Well, I appreciate all of the input you have on the passing of my mentor. No.
Would maybe some trouble if you did.
So Merkin, shut up. But regardless, Khalid did what he think was best in a sensitive situation. You know, I mean, that is really neither here nor there now, though there is a point in that they were deceived. You know, I mean, easy or not, they were deceived. So just something to keep in mind. It is a fair thing to put on the table, you know? So, Stump, how are your feelings on the church?
Well, I think that it's interesting that Khalid gets kudos for doing what he thought was right, even if it ended up being wrong. But
Right on.
as far as the church is concerned, I don't think that I trust them as far as dealing with some of the items and the stuff that we have dealt with. But with that said, you, my friends, I believe, will go to be great heroes, but I don't think that should include me. And he's going to put the alms box with all of the things kind of in the center and turn to start walking away.
And Elspeth's just
Alex
gonna
is
get
gonna- Alex is going to try to stop him. She's going to be like, no, Stump, don't go. Nobody is asking you to leave, and I don't think you should.
Well, I'm not to be trusted, it would seem.
I
Oh.
trust you. I
I-
understand what your motives were. I agree that you perhaps should have done it differently, maybe, but that's just a lesson. It's just a thing to learn. It doesn't mean that you should leave.
Well, thank you, Alex, but I don't believe that everybody feels the same way.
I never told you to leave.
Kid just wants to roll another character.
I've never had friends before. I don't know if this is standard. I don't know what to think, really. I know very clearly what to think of Merkin. I am not so sure what to think of you. I am just confused and processing, I think.
Well,
Stop.
I
Get butt back here and sit down and stop taking away my ability to be angry at you and to be angry at that asshole over there.
Well,
Because
I
right
think
now,
that
I
you
have
could
a right
still
to be mad.
Angry. I never said that you couldn't be mad.
If you walk out, yeah, you're taking away my right to be mad at you.
You have to stay here and let her yell
Well-
at you. That is what will make her feel better.
I mean, that's fair.
I
You say so
do
you can
think
be
that
mad
you
at
can be mad from afar.
No, because then she'll be missing you. Just sit down, Stump. Get your things. Nobody wants you to go anywhere.
So, look, it wasn't necessarily Merkin that I thought was going to take the mask.
Well, I mean, regardless of
And
Then who?
I don't think that it was really anybody here that I was particularly concerned about. But I think that the implication that we were going to turn it over to somebody with some false sense of authority was going to be a mistake, and I wanted to prevent that from happening.
I don't think we were just going to turn it over to anybody.
I think that
I'm impressed that you think it would have been up to us.
I think
That's
that
true.
there was an implication that Khalid might turn it over.
I'm
Oh,
not be mad at Khalid. It's not his choice either.
So I have to say that I agree with Stump. I think it is not really a secret that I don't really trust anyone claiming authority. I find that when people gain power, they also become apathetic to the suffering of the average person. I respect your allegiances to your orders, but I don't think I trust any of them at this point. There is something very big going on here, and I think we should be very careful who we divulge information to until we know more about what's going on.
speaking of that specifically, what about this meeting with the Druid Elders? I mean,
Everything we saw, Helios saw. And beyond that, we have some black things that, I don't know that we have a lot of information that is valuable. It is hard. I do find that I trust them more than perhaps, because they're not seeking power in any way. They're just trying to protect people. I don't know. I'm not a good judge of character. Cam, what do you think?
You're not wrong about that.
I think that's fair. As I said last night, there's a certain level of implicit trust in a group like this because of what their motives are perceived to be. But it's kind of hard to say for sure when you spend a lot of time not trusting even people that are within your own group.
Khalid does not trust them so much, but I think that Khalid is dealing with some trauma from his, time in the order. So, I don't know that he is our social bard. I tend to use Cam for the social bard, but
I'm very likable.
I think
You are very likable, Colleen.
See?
And Alex is gonna look at Elspeth and Cam like, what?
you should insight check that.
I think at some point this is bigger than all of us. So
It is.
we're gonna need some help somewhere, and we need to understand more about what happened and what's going on right now. And if we can't find some group or somebody who's been around that we can trust, we might as well give it up, because we can't do it alone. And so this is a chance to maybe make some friends that might know more. The elders seemed all right.
And that is fair. In recognition of my own bias, I am dubious of everyone. So I trust Cam in this. Khalid, what do you think? You're part of this family now and you have not spoken enough.
Spoken more than Stump over there.
Well, yes.
It really is part. It really is part of the family.
Khalid, Stump.
What are we really trying to get to the core of? What's our next step?
I think that who are we talking to when they're divulging information to, and perhaps what are we turning the eyepiece over to someone? Are we letting them look at it and analyze it?
With all of the concern we've had over the eyepiece, are we really comfortable with keeping it? If we keep it amongst ourselves, to what end? What would be the gain after all the infighting it's caused?
I don't think it's necessarily caused any well, it's caused some fighting, but only because nobody spoke up and said anything. I mean, if Stump had said, "I don't think this is a good idea. We shouldn't turn it over to anybody," then we would have listened. Instead, he felt like he had to take it upon himself to do it.
So we're all very sure that this isn't cursed.
I mean, it's obviously
It
cursed.
is cursed. But
So I return to the first question.
I mean, that doesn't mean it can't still be useful.
consider this. To say it is a curse, really what we are saying is that it has a cost associated. That is ultimately what a curse is.
Yes, but the curse we've observed is it getting stuck to people's faces.
Correct.
Looked pretty easy to get off when Stump helped.
After a
The
few minutes,
curse I'm concerned about is what it's doing to our group.
I don't,
Whether it's overt or not, we've had 2 people.
I mean, it did me a tremendous service in revealing the group's overt distrust for me.
stop.
no, listen. It's not about this stupid eyepiece. This was a problem we had before we ever found this eyepiece, and that's obvious. We either have to learn to trust each other and listen to each other and talk things through as a group.
All
Or
of
we might as
our
well
parties
not
arrive
be
at
a
this.
group.
Yeah, all of our parties arrive at this about 15 sessions in conversation.
It is a leap of faith to trust the people around you, especially when we all come from backgrounds where, we have been hurt in the past. It is one that I feel like I personally came to a little earlier than everyone else. Cam is very frightening and convincing. But we are here now. But I do agree. I don't think that it is the eyepiece. I think that Stump. I'm still a little confused. I don't understand people, but that is okay. I do believe he is a good person. Merkin, I will hold my tongue because I love Cam. But I don't think that it is the eyepiece causing the problem, but most importantly, I think the eyepiece is a key component to whatever we are trying to figure out. And I will be very forward in saying that I am extremely curious about what is going on, and I'm reluctant to give one of our most prominent clues away to people that I'm not sure that I trust to do anything about this problem.
Yeah,
I
see,
mean, I agree.
I agree as well. I thought I might take a look before we went and threw it to the tower.
Unfortunately, Merkin, it seems you're just not trained to understand items like this, So,
Trained
but
in you.
don't worry, we have capable mage hands here.
There's one
Completely
thing about
untrained.
looking at it and another thing about trying to use it and just jumping off that cliff. So I don't think we should be using it. I don't think anybody should use it
Absolutely.
until we can figure
Let-
more out about it.
We should absolutely let Alex discover if everything is cursed. And then forbid people with magical training from looking any further.
Magical training.
Alex shouldn't have used it either.
Well, I mean, that's fair. I shouldn't have put it on. That was a mistake. But
I think this all becomes easier if I just destroy the mask.
No.
no,
No,
I think
no,
that's a
no,
very
no.
bad idea.
There's nothing
No,
left
I
to
think
argue
we
about
don't
if we
destroy it.
the
I
mask.
think we just hold on to it. Nobody uses it until we can find out a little bit more about Obsidian and what he was doing and what the hell is going on and maybe where he got this thing.
Suggest
And-
we let Elspeth hold it.
This is a trick.
I'm
No.
fine with Elspeth holding on
It's
to
not a
it. I
trick.
trust her.
Yeah, well,
Merkin is hoping my face will burn off.
no, I'm not hoping you're. You basically assume that I'm possessed, and you don't expect me to take issue with that.
If you're
It
not
is-
possessed, Murky, then you're greedy. and you're selfish.
It is my.
I
And
wasn't
to be honest, I don't
going
want to believe that.
anywhere. I wasn't going anywhere with the mask. I was right in my
No, but you
bed.
decided all on your own that it was better for you to use it than anybody else, and you know better than all the rest of us.
I am trained by the tower, yes.
No, you spent a little time at the tower, yeah, but you are not a fully trained.
Several
If you were
years.
fully trained, you'd have a lot more control. You wouldn't be blowing us up if you were fully trained and capable.
Yeah, they said,
There's something wild about you.
oh, that's a bit on the nose. That's like when they say the movie title in the movie. Look,
Cam's not smiling.
they said that was never quite gonna go away, okay? That's always gonna be something that can happen. You just have to be aware.
So be aware.
I'm very
Because you
aware!
already do a lot
Well,
of
you
hurt to us.
you really
And
have
if
blown
this-
me up quite a lot.
You have this bad habit of
this
standing
thing-
close to me.
If this thing is bad,
You
then
just-
you're putting that little element of who knows what in the hands of something you don't understand. So be smarter.
Oh,
Because I
you
thought
don't.
you were smart.
I'm very smart. You don't know what you're talking about.
I think I know better what I'm talking about than you in this regard.
You haven't attended a single class. You totally skipped town. We were delivering you to the tower. You
I'm not
didn't stay-
talking about the magic, Merkin. I'm talking about people, and I understand people a little real freaking well. And I'm saying that you decided you were smarter and better than the rest of us to make this decision instead of making it as a group.
I don't think any decision we immediately reached was made as a group.
That's because we didn't even have time to talk about it. That's the point.
Made a rash decision to take it away. I made a rash decision to see if I could get some
Merkin.
use out of it first.
Then why didn't you say that you thought it was a rash decision?
I believe I did.
What you did was ask for it, and you have shown yourself to be quite unreliable when it comes to magic. That is different from saying perhaps someone else shouldn't have it. I should have it is different from perhaps we should not give it away.
I believe
Very
I
different.
both asked for it and suggested we not give it away.
Perhaps you did. I will give you this benefit of the doubt.
If you had just stolen it, I mean, it'd be a whole lot more forgivable than you stole it and stuck it on your eye. You didn't steal it because you thought we shouldn't give it away. At least Stump's got that going for him.
Can we talk about this
I
whole?
didn't steal it.
Can pause? Can we talk about this plan where I don't think the group should give it away? I'm going to steal it and stay in the group, and somehow it's like, what was step 2? Either of you.
Oh, where was I gonna go? I wanted to try
really
to
good
figure the
question.
mask out and use it. I wasn't taking it anywhere. I wasn't leaving.
That-
Stump was there and
that's
could
my
remove
point,
it from
like-
my face with a touch.
How did you see this ending?
That we might know more about the mask.
Not well is the only ending I can see from taking it from one of us.
I think it would have been fine.
Clearly not.
I mean, Stump, I respect you. You're a wonderful person. But you harshed my mellow a little. Would have been fine.
That's my point, Merkin. You think you know better than all the rest of us. You think you are smarter than everybody else here.
Not exactly.
No,
Oh.
exactly.
No.
That's the whole reason you made the decision for everybody. There was no
I-
guarantee we wouldn't have given it to some one of us to try it out, or even to you to try it out and practice with it and whatever.
Oh, your thoughts on giving the mask to me were made very clear.
No, Merkin, it
And I
wasn't.
quote,
The fact of
my
the matter
brother
is,
and I quote, my brother is the last person we should give the mask to.
I mean, she is right. So, I mean, there is that.
So I'm going to destroy the mask.
No,
no,
that's a
Khalid,
bad
we shouldn't
idea.
destroy it any more than we should give it to anybody to use.
I
We
don't
need to
see any
talk
good that
about
comes
it.
of having it. If I destroy it, then all these conversations go away.
Because, Khalid, for the same reason that you can't just destroy unpoliced magic, it is still out there. Even if, so let me give you an example. Let's talk about, the difference between Merkin and I for a moment. Merkin was born with this innate magical ability that I had envied for my entire life. I had the potential, but I had to slave for days in order to get the power that I have. Even if you stomp it out, you get rid of it, it is still there. Magic just exists. And for some people, it is as easy as flicking your hand and you can tap into it, and others have to dig to uncover it. But destroying the mask in no way eliminates the magic. It eliminates a conduit, but it does stop us from being able to understand the deeper thread of what is going on here. All it does is ignore the matter for a while longer. It does not actually change anything.
Okay, so if I destroy it, it doesn't actually change anything, but we all stop arguing.
You think this argument's going to stop if you get rid of the mask? That's adorable.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to stop because at the heart of this, it's not about the mask.
Well, part
It's
of the
about
concern,
trusting each other.
part of the concern that drove this conversation was, should we inform people of its existence? Or what should we do with it? Or should we continue to study it? All of those questions become irrelevant if there's no mask.
That is true, Khalid, but it is also one of the few clues that we have as to what is going on. We cripple ourselves if we don't have any way to study it or figure it out.
So then, back to your original question, Elspeth. What is it that we're trying to do here?
I will say that personally I have a deep investment in these, whatever is going on. Where I come from, I think there is a lot of pulse of the Ren still that remains. Very strange things come from the forest. My grandmother has a lot of tales as to why, but I don't trust them very much at this point. But the Ren has been a major part of my life for as long as I can remember. And I do think that all of this has something to do with that. I am very curious to uncover this history and to understand and to see what is going on in my homeland, what Obsidian is trying to do, and hopefully stop him. Because it is my impression that the tower likes to bury magic, but if we just pretend it doesn't exist, it doesn't go away. It is still there. I am learned from you that the kinds of things I can do are frowned upon, but even I was hidden away in a tiny town and taught to do these magics that no one is supposed to be able to do. So it is out there. It is a thing that will continue whether we turn a blind eye to it or not.
So you're suggesting we investigate this further?
That is what I intend to do, and I would love for you to come with me. And if you decide not to, that is fine. I'm not going to sneak away in the night or be mean or resentful, but I feel like I have to. I have to uncover these things because I don't think ignoring the weapons that other people possess in any way protects us against their existence.
Cam's going to get up and walk over and sit down next to Elspeth.
I have to agree with Elspeth.
I'm with her, and I'm here because I consider all of you to be my friends and family. And I'll support you in whatever weirdness is going on. Personally, I have to figure out what this stone thing does that I've got.
I have an idea.
I'd like to quit hiding. I'd like to not have to be a girl. I mean, a boy. Sorry. I'd like to not sit here and be pissed off that my brother is using my real name in front of a stranger. Don't think I didn't notice, Merkin.
Funny you should mention the stone. I have an idea. it may not be time for that.
Let's talk about that later.
Okay, deal.
So, I do have. Even if I did not want to continue traveling with you, I have my own motivations for investigating this.
Does that mean you do or don't want to continue traveling with us?
That means I do.
Oh, okay, I was just making sure. I wanted to clarify.
But I think we need to all take a good, long, hard look at ourselves if we're going to continue forward like this.
I mean, all of us?
Yes.
What have I done? I haven't done anything.
I didn't say you had done anything, but now you sound exceptionally guilty.
I mean, I'm just pointing out that everybody is pointing fingers around here, and I would like to say I've done nothing.
I didn't point fingers at you.
Self-analysis is always a good thing.
Thank you, Elspeth, for seeing the true meaning of the statement, and not, Alex, what have you done?
Alex is
No,
proud.
I didn't say that.
Alex,
I was just pointing out.
she has had a moment of growth. She did not try to steal it. We can all be proud of Alex.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
she
I
did
haven't
stick it
tried to
on her
steal
face
anything.
without thinking about it.
I mean, that is
So you aren't
Well-
exactly completely unculpable here, Alex. But
I mean,
I
I
don't
did it
think
with
you did it to
everybody
hurt
sitting
anybody.
around in front of us. I thought it would be a very useful thing to be able to see.
The reality is, no one here is without flaw.
that's true.
Well,
Are
It
we
was so
continuing
close.
together?
I mean, I'm
Therese is going to
going.
look at Merkin and Stump.
I'm in.
Khalid continues staring at Merkin and Stump.
I'm in.
I'm not
Stump
sure.
is obviously in, and you
No.
need to be in.
No, don't
He's
answer
a
for them,
man to
Alex.
speak for
Let them
himself.
answer.
I only want to be in if you want me here.
We wouldn't be having this conversation with you present if we didn't want you here, Stump. And that goes for you
Stump.
too, Merkin.
If you left, I would just follow you so I could kick your ass, 'cause I'm mad at you. I don't not love you.
Well, then you can start by treating me like an actual member of the party.
If we are putting all things on the table, I have to say, and I'm not trying to cause trouble. I'm just trying to be straightforward. That Merkin has shown me a lot over the past day in terms of the way he is willing to speak to us, and I cannot honestly say I can walk away from this without hard feelings towards him. Not to cause trouble, but as Cam would say, trust must be earned. You know, so everyone else.
And with that, Merkin,
Oh,
a lot of our dealings over this past evening has been because we are legitimately concerned for you. You are one of the most powerful mages I have ever seen. Truly. And it shows in your propensity to fire. But I think it is that mixture of that power and what we saw in the mines that scares us. And not for our sakes, but for yours. And I think that is the source of your frustration with how we treat you.
well, yes. You may find this surprising that people do not generally like being accused of being possessed. Shocking, apparently.
So Merkin, but then are you saying that you chose to knock Stump and I out in the tree?
Nope. No more than I chose to set you on fire those couple of times.
This was different.
To me, it wasn't. In fact, I wasn't even attempting to use a spell or anything.
Oh, so it was different.
Well,
There was something more that happened there.
well, what was I even doing? I believe I was setting fire to that deranged body.
I'm muted. Am I here? Okay.
You're here. I hear you.
You were flying around at the time. I don't know exactly what you were doing.
Let me look at my notes. Do I have
Maybe.
something in here?
Someone did something and it caused it, but I was not.
I think we were just talking to the dead corpse dude, and then as he fell
The
apart.
body, yeah, we were talking to the corpse, and the corpse said something, and the body fell, and Khalid and Alex got hit by necromantic energy, and Merkin got hit too. So there was like a necromantic energy that hit everybody.
Oh, so I wasn't the only one impacted. Good to know.
No, it was the force wave coming out.
Yeah, I
The
didn't
corpse
think
flew in the
Merkin
air,
had
and
anything to do
it
with that at
gave
all.
out this force wave that hit pretty much everybody, and then it hit you, and you did your own.
Oh, like bounce off of you or whatever.
No, it basically triggered a magical surge in him.
Oh, weird.
Merkin, you seem to take great offense when I say that perhaps there is a dark magic working through you, but what I am actually trying to say is that I would like to believe you are a good person under there, and that what is happening to you is not your fault and you are a victim, but you have done everything you can in this conversation to prove me wrong.
Because I'm not possessed.
He
Something
is a
got
good
in my head.
person.
Something got in my head at the cave, and the mine. I told Cam immediately and made sure she knew to get me out of there. I felt nothing
You
like
did.
that under the tree. Nothing.
Very well. Then you have shown me your character, and this is fine. I understand now. You have made yourself clear to me.
Yes, I take great offense to you suggesting that I'm not in my right mind.
Understood. I see much more clearly now than I ever have before.
But you also have to understand, Murky, that given what happened in the mine and what you felt, yeah, you told me about it, and I'm really glad you did. And thank you. But what if something took hold of you and you didn't have that presence of mind anymore to tell me? And we didn't know. So, no, I didn't think we should give you the eyepiece, not until we know you're in your right mind. But instead of giving us a chance to process it, we didn't even get to rest hardly. We got a little bit of sleep at Helios's place after a big battle and finding out Sir Woodhart was obsidian and he was still around, and all of this that happened. We barely even had a chance to catch our breath from it before you're trying to steal the thing and use it. So you understand, you have to look at that and see. We had a reasonable caution, a reasonable reaction to worrying that something bad had happened to you. And that stealing from the party, rather than just having a conversation with us, was the wrong thing for you to do. And if you can't realize that, then yeah, you have a problem. Brother or not, I love you. But I don't trust you unless you can realize that you screwed up. Stump realizes it, and I'm mad at him, but I'll get over it. Do you realize you effed up?
I have my reasons.
Then explain those to us.
After being, well, put off with the party's reaction to my suggestion that I look it over, I thought I might prove myself.
mean, that's more than the druid ever tried.
Why are we maligning this
You
poor
have to-
poor
so,
druid?
Khalid is
Khalid,
racist. We are working on it.
I'm not racist.
It's okay.
Khalid,
just
I don't
continue.
even have the energy to deal with your weird
I'm
hang-ups with
I'm sorry.
Helios
I'm sorry,
right now.
Cam.
Summer.
I'm trying to coach him through it.
Helios is hurt. Just hurt.
Did I set him on fire too? Did I hit
Yes.
him?
Yes.
You definitely did.
He
Then-
fucking hates our
That ought to
party.
be a point in my favor with Khalid.
He deserved it.
The fact that you're sitting here trying to argue with us about why you did it to prove yourself just proves to me that you still don't understand. You screwed up, Murky. You can make this right, but you've got to want to freaking make it right.
So, in the interest of helping us all move forward, what does making it right look like?
By trusting the judgment of this party as to what happens with the eyepiece. And not putting his own judgment over everybody else.
Well, I think what Merkin is trying to communicate is that he feels ostracized and betrayed.
So, two things. As to Cam's point, I don't think handing it over, the eyepiece over to the church is the best idea. That said, as part of this party, and sometimes we will make decisions that are not what I would make as an individual, but I have accepted that my will is not more important than the will of the whole. And that is something that we have to decide if we are all willing to agree to or not. As to Murkin being ostracized, Murkin has perhaps it is challenging. He has troubles, and he is offended that we recognize them, but I mean, we have been blown up multiple times. It is not unwarranted, and there are times when I have made mistakes, when we have all made mistakes. When I set the barn on fire and I was confronted about it, and I said, "You're correct. I have messed up." And it is a show of growth when you are able to recognize your own weaknesses and shortcomings. And we have a problem with Murkin in that he does not seem to acknowledge those.
Well, as far as Merkin blowing up, I don't know that it's fair to hold against him something that he cannot.
It's really not. It's like a 1 in 50 chance, guys.
Khalid, if you had a person who was training for your order and they wielded a sword, but they frequently cut down the other members of your party and said, "I apologize, I am not strong enough to hold the sword," would you say, "Well, we can't really hold it against him"?
If they had a temper problem and constantly hit on you, would you just say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't hold it against him. He has a temper problem"?
I think this is perhaps different.
But
This is something he was born with, no?
it is something that he is born with, and it is also something that he chooses to wield.
So then, if a man cannot walk, we tell him, "I shall not trust you."
Shit today. I hope Tab made a drink today with his prep. Maybe 2.
He's on his second.
Khalid, if a man cannot walk, he is not blowing up his neighbor. The walking is not. I understand what you're saying in that someone is born with an inability, but I was not born able to walk when it comes to magic. I trained very hard to be able to learn to. Murkin was born able to run, and he has found that sometimes when he runs, he shoves people off cliffs. But he has decided to run anyway. And this is okay. He is trying. He is trying to learn not to shove people off cliffs. But then when we say, "Murkin, on occasion you shove people off cliffs, this makes us nervous." And he says, "It shouldn't make you nervous." I mean, it is complicated. But unfortunately...
If he knows he has a problem with shoving people off cliffs, maybe he shouldn't stand next to a cliff.
I guess I do not see the relevance of this conversation in
He
in the
knows he
scope of
can't control magic, Khalid. So let's take this powerful magic item that obviously could potentially be cursed and we think is cursed.
Definitely
And
cursed.
he's just going to sit there and stick it on and do it. So, no, why jump into that fire when you've already got this burning building next to you?
He just literally throwing kindling onto his fire.
So we're suggesting I should take him to the order and deem him a failed mage.
We are not
No! Where are you getting this?
Khalid.
This is not at all what they're
He
suggesting.
cannot
Although
control his magic, so he should
I
not
would
have.
like to
he should
say
not
He
have.
needs to
we
be
all
more
agree the mask
careful
is
about
cursed.
it.
So then he should stop casting spells.
So not everything has to be so black and white, Khalid. There is a difference between us saying let us turn him into an order.
Paladin.
There is a difference between let us turn him into an order and let us perhaps not give him a sword that is capable of slicing down 3 people in one swipe. There is a happy middle ground here.
I agree with Elspeth.
I agree with Elspeth.
I am getting a lot of agreements. I like this conversation.
I think that Merkin has worked very hard, and Murky, you have worked very hard to learn how to control things. And I think that's a very good thing, and I'm very, very proud of you for that. But I think you shouldn't throw fuel on that fire by taking a potentially cursed and harmful magic item and experimenting with it. I don't necessarily disagree that maybe somebody should experiment with it, but somebody with a little bit more control than you have the capability of doing should be the one to do it, not you.
Hey, Elspeth, how
That's
dead do
what
I
I would
look
say.
right now? On a scale of 1 to 10. What's the dead at?
No, Merkin, don't you start throwing shade at her because you are the one under the gun. Don't start trying to divert attention. I see what you're doing, and it's
Is it like
not
a-
about her. And I didn't say
Like
we
a
should give it to
6?
Elspeth either to experiment with. I don't know who should, and I don't know that anybody should. But eventually, we can try to start learning some information about it. We can find out some stuff about it. Find out about obsidian. We can look into this in a lot better way. And then make some decisions with a little bit more information and thought than we've given it currently. So don't start trying to divert attention off of yourself because you are still sitting in a very unstable place. And that doesn't mean you should make it more unstable by taking this thing and messing with it.
I suppose my stance is I don't know what the end of this discussion looks like. What the desired end? What is the happy ending that everyone wishes to see?
Well, I know what my end looks like, but I think that Cam is perhaps the most certain betrayed here, so I would like to hear what he thinks.
I think we all need to recognize our own flaws and our own shortcomings. I don't have the training that Merkin has. I don't understand as much about magic, so I'm certainly not the best one to sit and play with this thing because I don't know anything about it. And I realize that, so I can make a decision understanding where my limitations are at. But ultimately, I'm here to support all of y'all. I'm here to follow through and figure things out with a group of people that I care about. Okay, baby, we're in the middle of something, sweetie, okay?
She's
I
like,
know it doesn't.
like someone's getting lectured to. I better go.
Yeah, it's not her.
She comes in. You guys aren't getting a divorce, are you?
No. So, I think that if we go forward as a team and a group, and we listen to each other. And that includes you, Marky. That includes all of us equally. But I also think that we have to understand ourselves a little bit better than we do. and we have to accept that we've all got things that are bad, and we've all got things that are real good. So if the group says, I'm really not sure this is a good idea, we listen to each other. I want to trust all of you.
So how does that happen?
I'm willing to make that leap of faith again with all of you, every single one of you.
Including Alex.
You haven't been picked on enough. We have to throw you in there.
Cam and I have been knowing each other for quite a long time now. I think that he knows where I'm at.
I have never had family like what I've grown here. I understand that I offended Merkin. He has made it very clear since then what he thinks of me in return. I cannot pretend I will easily unhear those things. That said, I will never wish him ill. I have also made my opinion very clear on his ability with magic, and not to be mean. I realize it is mean, it is hard. I don't say things well, but and not to make things bad. It's just I have to be honest, and that our relationship has received a tarnish during this. And I'm not saying that I'm not willing to make it better with time, but as it stands, aside from Merkin, I am willing to start moving on. With Merkin, I think that I will have a cautious arm's length for a while.
That would be positive. You once told me that investigating my necklace was the most, and I'm using your words here, grossly invasive and intimate experience that you've ever had.
This is true.
You then took that necklace from me when I was under duress and bound, and took it without my permission and viewed it again. You might call that a bit of a violation.
Fair. You might. It is a decision I made, and it is one I would make again. Is it the best?
And then you determined that you saw something, despite the fact that your vision is, and I say this as politely as I can, deadish. Ish. Fair.
I am listening.
We don't know what the effect of that is, or why you're seeing what you're seeing, and whether or not it impacted your view of what was in that necklace. If you see me as dead, why wouldn't you see my essence, as you so nicely put it, as somewhat dead as well?
As we have said, Merkin he has his reason for his grievances. I understand what I have said against him has been offensive. I am aware now of where I stand with him. I will be keeping that in mind. He is not the first person to dislike me for the way that I am. I can leave this and continue on.
I don't dislike you. I dislike your actions.
So
If I disliked you, I wouldn't have offered you my bacon, for fuck's sake.
I would like to cut in here again. Can we stop talking about the past? Things happened. We all made mistakes. We're moving forward from that now. Are we deciding to move forward with that together or not?
The mayor asked us if we could not talk about the past.
I suggest you not bring up the mayor at this particular point in time.
That's totally out of character. That was totally out of character. Sorry.
Khalid, I guess what I am trying to say, the reason why I'm asking is when you say, are we willing to move forward? I am not trying to keep the past up. I am trying to understand and answer honestly, and that is all. I wish Merkin no ill will. Will I continue to travel with him? Of course. Has our relationship been tarnished? It would be dishonest for me to say no. I'm not trying to rectify it. I am just trying to be honest. If this is problematic, we can discuss where to progress from there. I am just cautious.
Small bites.
That is all. Would I like to
I have
continue
no
with our
intention to
progress?
leave the party.
I promise to never think about repossessing an item in another party member's pack.
However, Stump, I think that you should have just said if you thought something, because we would listen to you.
By
You know?
extension, they would not listen.
May not have.
American, I didn't say that either. I mean, we would listen to you, but I mean, Stump didn't even say anything about his concerns, and that makes me think like he feels like we wouldn't have listened to him. You did speak of your concerns, and we listened to you, and we disagreed. There's a difference there.
Allow me to make 2 points. One, I think there's misunderstanding. I didn't want anyone else to know where the mask was, and that's why I didn't speak openly to anybody about my intention to take it. The second point, to be fair, sometimes it's hard to get in a word in edgewise.
Oh,
That's
shit.
fair.
Well aware.
No, that is fair. There are many of us.
Hmm.
And in that regard, maybe we need to make sure that in the future we inquired with everyone before a decision is made.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
agree. I'm sorry. I mean, I feel like we did rush through deciding what we were going to do with this eyepiece originally, and we should have taken more time to talk about it. But we'll try to in the future, so
Yeah.
everybody can be heard.
It is a good point, and we are growing as a group. So thank you, Stump, for sharing that concern.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
If I may answer Elspeth's question that started this meeting that nobody else has actually answered yet, I think if we are to continue on, we need to figure out who the Wild King is and who they're trying to bring back. And I don't think that we need the help of the Order or the Church or anyone else to get to the bottom of that.
What about these druid people?
I think that they might have more insight than the Order or the Church would. I question if there's a connection to these trees and if we shouldn't seek out the location of more of them.
That's a good point. That's a real good idea.
So perhaps merging all of our experience then, Khalid, I know you are very hesitant with this druid. I realize that your order has earned your trust, but perhaps we can build on what Stump has said and perhaps approach all of these organizations with a bit of caution as we proceed.
I mean,
I mean,
I
that's yeah. I
mean,
agree.
I would hope that even members of an organization would have a healthy suspicion about the motives.
I kind of think that we can get information from anywhere, and we just try to find out and put it all together as much as we can find from there. But we be cautious with anybody we talk to as far as what we tell them.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Alright.
P.S. Elspeth should wear the mask.
Nobody should wear the mask,
Don't know that
not until
anyone
we
should.
figure out more about it.
Still not convinced it should.
I wouldn't mind
Straight.
Elspeth toying with the mask.
I mean,
I don't see
I
how
think
we
she
learn
should
more
study
about
it.
it.
I
without
think she
using
should look at it. I mean, Elspeth, don't you have spells that you can study and you've cast spells before that kind of tell you stuff about the nature of it and stuff.
I do, and I have a very important question, but I am trying to learn from your social skill and be tactful and wait till the end, so I will hold my questions until the end of the presentation.
So, I mean, I don't have a problem with Elspeth studying it, but I think before anybody wears the mask, we should all agree so that we all accept the consequences and are willing to work through it with that person to figure things out. Nobody wears it without us all agreeing. Can we at least agree on that?
Khalid, do you think that is fair?
I think that's fair.
When the time comes, we'll all vote yes except for Cleed and then veto him.
Don't worry, Khalid will just steal it in the middle of the night.
I
Oh
doubt
God, I will kill all of you. You will make my descent to the dark side complete.
And that's how we become an evil party.
So we should meet with the Druid Elders then.
Yeah, I think so.
Hopefully, the Druid Elders have something to say that's prepared.
So, is it time for the questions?
Yes, I think you have been admirably patient, Elspeth,
So,
and thank you. But go ahead and raise your
thank
musings
you.
now.
While I was sitting last night doing.
Wait, quick question.
Oh God.
I'm just kidding.
Khalid, you're not allowed to have a sense of humor.
I made a joke.
This is
See?
not befitting of your character.
I'm very charismatic.
Khalid, that was perhaps the best joke you've ever attempted.
That was probably the best joke he's ever attempted.
Extra rations for Khalid. Extra rations. More bacon to Khalid.
Excellent.
Cam, I have a very important question. That the ball that you had that came from the statue, does it fit inside
Yeah.
the mask?
Why would it fit inside
Because
the
there is
mask?
the little hole where there is the marble that comes out.
Cam will pull it out.
Elsa like crawls over and she's like a kid at Christmas.
Are you staring down Cam's shirt, or are you trying to
No,
grab
she
the mask?
pulled it out of her shirt. Here, hold this, Elspeth, and then
Okay.
Cam will get the ball out.
Jeez.
Does it look like it's about the right size?
I'd be upset if Tab says no. I'm gonna be.
Oh man, the GM actually gets to GM tonight, guys. We finally included him.
We asked him. Oh, wait. We asked him
I've
a
been drinking
yes or no
nonstop. I can't be
question.
involved in this.
I've been drinking.
Roll investigation check.
All right. Can
So somebody can roll something
Elspeth
tonight.
is staring over my shoulder. Can Cam help Elspeth investigate it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Why did Elspeth cast a bunch of
I don't
concentration
know.
spells?
Why did
What is
I
going
do
on?
It's
that?
from Alter Self.
I just felt
Let's see.
myself
There's
But why is
oh,
it
I
three of
forgot
them?
I'm furry.
checks.
Oh yeah, so that's even better.
Yeah,
You're
nobody's
furry.
addressed the fact that Elspeth is just hairy as
She's
shit.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, Cam's like,
Tag,
I don't know.
tag,
Elspeth,
did,
is it the right size?
Tag, did you view your
Yes, I
private
did.
messages? Okay. You know exactly what she said.
Oh yeah, I'm in. I think she might have improved.
I'm very concerned about the fact that Cessnick is PM and COG furry porn. Yes, that knowledge is out there. And it's really bothering me.
So Elspeth is going to try and take the ball that's in the socket.
They
out.
look roughly the same. I mean, it's they're both round balls. You know, it's hard to see.
Felix,
the
I
crystal
sent that
the
one.
mask
Yeah.
is kind of set in there, so it's hard to tell exactly how big it is. But it means they're roughly the same.
Can she get the ball out of the mask, or is it stuck in there since it's not on anybody?
It's locked in the little contraption.
I'll have to put it on
Gears.
to find out. She's 100% attuning to that tonight.
She starts fiddling with it to see if it's possible to unlock it while not wearing it.
Who's scared?
Who'd we
Felix.
lose?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You roll an investigation check.
Rolling an investigation check.
Do better than Cam.
I mean, my lowest is a 9, so.
Well, that's higher than my highest.
Yes.
Best
I do
nat
one
20
thing!
ever.
She earned that. She earned it.
So
She did. She
I
you
want
earned
you to
stare
know-
closely at the mask and look it over, and this is very intricate, like gear work and stuff. But you don't see any way that it actually functions, or like any like you would expect like a clock or something to have some kind of wind up mechanism or something. But it's basically just locked in there.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, so there is no way to tell until someone puts it on, I think is the unfortunate thing here.
I'm not putting it on again.
But this thing looks like it goes with the mask. I mean, it just went right in.
It is painful, but there is nothing to be done about it now. The whole situation is too tainted. So,
No, but why did they have them? Why did they have this? If it goes with this thing Obsidian had.
There's so many questions.
Who were these people that had you again, Cam? Can you remind me?
I mean, I don't know. I was just in town and they kidnapped me and I didn't hang around to find out. I mean, was there anything that Cam would have overheard or anything from that time?
Let me review your 5 pages of background. Where this shit is in the document. Holy crap, you wrote a novel.
I did. I put headings on it though, so you can.
Tab goes, I've had far too much to drink. I cannot
Yeah,
DM you anymore.
You're on your own. What are you asking?
Would Cam have overheard anything or learned of anything while Cam was?
I mean, no, you didn't. This is basically something you snatched on the way out. Looks like being petty.
Right.
No, I'm talking about, but who are the people that had her? Because
Cam's not really sure.
No, I mean, you didn't know anything about any identities and stuff. Basically, slavers. What you gathered.
so perhaps if they were just people of a certain ilk, perhaps they acquired these items in their spoils,
This
as
is
it were.
possible. There is so much I don't know, and that is so frustrating for me.
And in which case, it's possible that they didn't even have an awareness of what they possessed.
Haven't they been trying to track you down since you got it?
Yeah, they have.
I'm gonna suggest you give Elspeth.
I think they knew. Cam's gonna take that little box that the ball was in and just kind of hold the thing there and shake it real hard and see if it falls out in there.
So, a thought.
You're doing what now with the box?
You said the little ball's in the
the metal
eyepiece
box,
now.
yes.
She's gonna take and hold the metal box open and shake it. And
Oh.
hope that maybe
You're trying to shake the crystal eye out of the mask.
Yeah,
And no, it's locked in there. It's not coming out.
that's
So-
the little. But the little ball that Cam had is now in the mask, right?
No, it didn't go in.
No.
The original
There's a crystal
ball-
eye in the mask that's locked in there.
We can't get the original ball out
Oh, okay.
without someone.
So we can't
wearing
take
it.
the original one out to see if this one fits.
Until somebody
Okay.
puts the mask back on.
Elspeth is literally sitting there like,
Let's put it on.
Nothing could go wrong, says the
I mean,
DM.
I mean, Elspeth, you know from the like you've studied it and stuff. There is a word on there that will unlock it once you actually have it like attuned to you. That's, as far as you know, the only way to, from your investigation, the only way to open it up.
What if it casts Dispel Magic on it?
then they might get rid of all the magic and then we know nothing. I don't know that anyone can dispel magic anyway, though. Yes, I see. I know you want to destroy all magic, Khalid. You have made that very clear since our original meeting.
Not all magic. I use magic myself.
No, that is, God the magic.
It's not God magic.
I thought you didn't believe in gods.
I mean, no, I believe in gods. I just don't think they give a shit that we exist. I think
Oh, well,
he's
that's
being
fair.
manipulated.
So I have a thought. Cam, you're being chased for that statue. And
Yeah.
we've discovered there's something inside that statue, which might presume why they think that statue is so important. Once we have this meeting with this druid, do you think that your pursuers might know more about that orb?
Possible.
So perhaps if they had an opportunity to find it, they would jump at the opportunity.
Maybe.
Interesting.
I mean, I won't say there's not a certain appeal in my book to maybe taking the chase to them, but I wouldn't have gone it alone.
You wouldn't be
But
alone.
no, now you have some backup.
And these are mages?
I don't know. I don't know what they are, except that they kidnapped me, and as far as I know, they were gonna sell me as a slave.
You never saw anybody use any magic when you were with them.
I mean, I never saw him do anything, but I don't know. I really wish I could tell you more, but I was scared. This was like shortly after I ran away from home, and it was before I met the captain and all, and I was just scared, dumb and stupid and scared, and I wasn't even hiding at that point in time. I was still a girl, and I don't know.
I wonder. I mean, it's been quite a long time, and your trail is cold, as it were. Where did you encounter these people?
I'm assuming Tabit was in the first major town after she ran away from home.
Let me read your background.
It doesn't. I don't think I put
In
a
the
town.
first village you came to, which
Yeah.
ran away from home, and we have established that you are lived down in the south. So
We didn't have the map back then, so I didn't know for sure.
Who drew all over my Prance map? So
Somebody
you see
did.
Gwillian down there in the south. You were kind of at the end of this little river towards the mountain range, as I recall you wanted to be. So, I mean, you were way down, like, here-ish.
Where?
We were down.
Other
I
page.
know
Go
it
to
was
the map
somewhere down
page.
in the south. So
I'm
I think
looking
it
at
was
the-
in Gwillian that I was thinking. I mean, that'd be the.
Oh, wait, I was
Gwillian's
on
not a
the splash
village. You said
page.
village, but
Oh, okay. Well,
Gwillian's like a major town.
well, that's kind of what I was thinking of. But I
Okay,
mean, I don't
So
care. Whatever.
Willian is where.
I'll go with whatever you think makes the
Yeah,
most
it
sense.
was,
You
it was
know
like
the map,
the first larger town you came upriver, basically.
which would be Gwillian, right?
And
well,
when
no, there's other
did you?
towns. It'd
Oh,
probably
okay.
be around here-ish.
Okay.
And where did you meet the captain?
Oh, I didn't meet him till later. I mean, we kind of ran into each other and along the road, and now I'm trying to remember my own freaking backstory. And I mean, we kind of traveled together, but I think I didn't meet him till after. Isn't that right, Tab? You've got it there.
What was the
Because it's
question again?
not in here anymore. When did I meet the captain in relation to when I got kidnapped? I think I got kidnapped before I met the captain, didn't I?
Yeah, you had to, right?
I mean, literally, it says in your story that the first village you came to, you got kidnapped in.
Yeah, I mean, and I
So,
kind of
yeah.
hooked up with the
That was
captain
before.
and this other lady because I realized it's not so good being on your own out there, guys.
So I figure if you're gonna track this down, your town is over here to the left, west of the mountain range. So you came to town, you escaped, and then you probably made to Gwillian and met the captain in Gwillian.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I gotta find Cam's backstory now because I was not expecting to do this tonight. Remember, it's been a while since I wrote it. There it is. So,
All right. Well, I mean, all that aside, don't we have to meet with these druid people before we leave?
yeah,
I mean-
Chad just went
Yeah.
so dark.
I met. What?
That last gift.
Oh, man.
Oh dear
I'm
God.
so confused. Are you all having your own thing over on the
Yeah,
other
like-
side?
It's like
Why?
Oh, it's the furry thing.
Max GIF.
So,
Felix, you take 2d6 damage.
through all this, Elspeth is holding the mask in her lap and still
Worst.
just face palmed.
Testicles that fallen from the sky. You take 2d6 damage.
You get smited by the gods.
Ugh.
I mean, we met this. I met the captain and this other lady. Her name was Embra, and we were traveling together because I mean, she's the one actually taught me how to sing and how to play. But then, you know, we kind of actually would sometimes pretend we were a family, like I was a kid and they were parents, just because sometimes it was easier to travel, and then But then we all got attacked too, and I don't really know who did that, but I know Embra vanished and she was gone, and the captain and we all ran in different directions, and then I caught up with him later. But I mean, I don't know. I That's why I don't want to break this group apart, cuz it's scary out there on your own.
We will not break apart, Cam, because as much as I want to know what this does, I want to protect you all and earn your trust more. And I think that is the key. What are we more interested in? These things that drove us before or each other? And I know for me, I have disappointed you a couple times already, and that was very hard. And I know now, because believe me, it is killing me not to know what this mask does. But
I mean,
I value your trust more.
I would
Yeah, hey
report
Stump,
you
I
and
got
put
mad
me
at
on.
her too, and now we're good friends again. So,
Oh, she says I am her friend.
I mean, you did cast Identify on. You know what the mask does.
I mean, that's true. But does it open it as the ball fit? It's fine. It is fine. I'm fine.
It probably does nothing.
oh, it does something. It 100% does something.
And Cass has been sitting on that for like 2 weeks.
No, I know. We talked about it. I was like, oh god. No, I don't know. I wish
She-
we'd have put that in while Alex had the
I mean, there's a
mask.
very easy way to find out.
She would bring it up randomly since then.
I honestly did not expect for Stump to be able to just so easily remove it from. Really thought it was stuck on Alex for a while, and we would have time for all this, but no.
I thought last week we'd have time for all this because I didn't realize it was going to become like, the dramatic piece it has become. So
I don't apologize for making some awesome role play for everyone.
This has honestly been the most intense, straight up role play that we've had.
it really has.
Any
I
of our
wonder how
sessions.
awesome it would have been if it was this, except we woke up and I was wearing the mask. That was the intention.
Yeah,
That would have been worse.
Oh
Who knows what
god.
would-
all right. So,
I don't know.
In order to answer the ball question, someone is going to have to put it on. I don't know. I can't think about it anymore. What are we doing now?
I would trust you to put it on, Elspeth.
I can't. I don't even know what to say to you right now, Morgan.
I mean, I'm sort of curious because it does seem like the people who held Cam for that time do see and have been chasing him for so long, or her, or whatever. Anyway,
Sorry, I answered to whatever.
They. Cam's
Yeah.
pronouns are they.
yeah, Cam's pronouns are now officially they. They them. Oh, anywho, I don't. It seems like they wanted the thing back very badly. If they were, if they were interested in slaving and only that, they wouldn't have been so concerned about chasing, and no offense, Cam, a single halfling woman, across Aedor.
No
They
offense
just would
taken.
not.
I mean,
I mean-
I agree. I don't. It's got to be about this statue. It's not about me. They didn't know crap about me, as far as I know.
Right. So that makes me wonder. I mean, given that, I think we might need to know what that ball is about, and if it has anything to do with the mask or the situation that we have going on.
I mean, I
And
left
it
just
seems-
planning to go find Murky. That was my whole goal, and I stumbled into this. And
It does seem strange that ball only popped out of the statue after all of the things that have encountered at the tree. I'm just saying.
agree.
I think Elspeth should put it on.
Right now, after all of that,
I mean, yeah.
Alex has always been the most pliable member of this party.
I don't know that we should yet. I think we should talk to these druids and we should try to find out some more information and then let her study it and look at it and see if she can figure anything more about it, and then we'll go from there. And I mean, all of us, maybe we can look at whatever spells. I mean, Stump, do you have stuff that tells you more information about curses?
No, I don't
You
think
could
so.
deceive your deity
Also,
for
I
information,
mean,
could you not?
he may have removed the curse. I mean, it just came off my face after he did what he did. Maybe he's removed the curse completely and we're all fearful for no reason. In which case, all of this has been for nothing except for us to have a very long, awkward, and painful talk with each other.
in, in the interest of being fully transparent, I am dying of curiosity. Did I not, were I not putting my friends first? My instinct would be to put it on, see what happens, and then let Stump take it off immediately, and then we hide it again. That being said, we are supposed to be recognizing our weaknesses, and my curiosity is a weakness. So
I'm not so sure curiosity is a weakness.
I mean, it can be.
it
but-
can be. I will stick my hand in the dark hole to see what is down there. It is true.
I don't think this is the place to necessarily do it without the druid's permission. We're guests here, guys.
That is fair.
So let's get through this meeting with the druids, and then we can, if we're going to try to do it, and if we want to do it here, we should talk to the druid first. If we're going to do it in his backyard.
I mean, nothing happened when I wore it before, nothing that would hurt anybody else. It just was stuck to my face.
Yeah, but you didn't wear it for long. Who knows if it's something that takes time?
Well, I mean,
Are you going to be able to play nice with the druid?
American. I think we are trying to
That
move
is a fair-
beyond the condescending tone.
I'm asking. It's important to know before we go in. These are the elder druids.
wait, who is he asking?
If you're
you.
I was saying, are you going to play nice with the druids?
I don't have any problem with the druids at large.
It's just
I
that
think we just need to be
specific
somewhat
druid
respectful.
who happens to be
So-
a half elf. Okay.
Okay.
Who made the mistake of getting kidnapped and
Yeah. Just the sheer
Yeah.
existence of Helios rubs him the wrong way.
Yeah, I mean, he just was kidnapped by bandits and saved by us, and yet he is definitely a villain.
And has been suspiciously not very thankful.
He has been quite thankful, actually, or was, until, we tried to blow him up several times and so forth.
yeah, I gotta say in Helios's defense is the fact that, guys, we're a lot to take.
yeah.
I mean, a lot. Let's be fair. It's a lot.
I mean, I'm good with all of you, but I mean, Elle, no offense, but I mean, you kind of play with dead things, and that's a little bit creepy to a lot of people. And there's a lot of things we do that are a little bit hard to take in and from the whole, and I'm okay with it. Y'all are my people, but I mean, not everybody can handle us.
They are unique flavored.
I really wish you didn't describe us as a flavor.
Especially since you see us as somewhat dead.
We are a unique color.
Is it a shade of black?
So, I mean, can we all agree that from here, our first step is just to go and let's talk to these druids and see what we find out from there, and then what we find out there may color our decision next, and we'll discuss that and move on from there. Is that fair?
Sounds good.
Okay. So to the druids.
Does
Alex
that sound
gives a
fair
thumbs
to
up
you?
sign.
Merkin, does that sound fair to you, Murky?
That seems reasonable, Camilla.
You've
Please
really
don't
got
call
to
me
stop
that in front of him, please. I'm not asking you to be a pill. It's just that's my life
Merkin.
here, okay?
I am capable of cursing him if this is in our best interest.
Merkin, I need your help. I spent a good deal of time just now fighting for your case. If you're going to be an asshole, be an asshole at Helios. Be an asshole at someone who doesn't matter. And if he disappeared, no one would ever know.
What?
Every time you say that, it's
Elspeth
happening.
looks at Khalid with this new life.
He's my brother, so I'm kind of used to it. You know, I mean,
I didn't realize
let's
it
be
was
real.
wrong.
Sometimes I'm kind
by
of.
her name. That's
Just
Please don't do it in front of other people, because I'm not asking you to be mean. I'm not asking you to be a pill. I'm not asking you. I'm asking you
you
because
trust the party like family.
I trust this group. I'm gonna trust this group. I'm making a decision to trust this group.
Let's
But
just,
that doesn't mean I've told you something that I didn't have to tell you. You still wouldn't recognize me if I didn't want you to. So don't call
This is
me
fair.
that in front of everybody else. Because I can't. I haven't spent years trying to hide it for you to do that and ruin it. So please stop.
Okay, I wasn't gonna do it around other people.
You already did. You did it in front of Helios.
Probably has no idea. He seems not the brightest. Not the brightest. What's bright?
I can't
Light.
make that assumption. If I made that assumption, then I wouldn't be as good at this as I am.
he's not very bright. I can confirm.
I
If-
would just.
I mean, I think that's quite unfair to Helios. We don't know him that well. Regardless, Khalid has a healthy suspicion of Helios for some unknown reason.
Elspeth hands Cam back the mask and says, I just want everyone to know this is physically painful for me. And I love you all more than I love knowledge, and that is saying something. I have never loved anything more than I love knowledge. So I'm going to go read and distract myself.
Cam will put the mask down in Cam's pack. In her pack. So are we going on to the druid meeting now, or
Where exactly in the pack is apparently important to know at this point.
God.
buried where nobody can see it?
Oh, Jesus.
Y'all go talk to the druids, you find Cam wearing it later.
Keep telling you guys it's cursed.
I'm not wearing it.
I mean, yeah, we none of us have said it wasn't cursed. Elspeth says it's cursed. Alex says it's cursed. Merkin's like, oh, it's cursed. And Khalid's like, I'm thinking it's cursed. We're like,
I mean, as a neutral party here, I should also point out Elspeth is starting to curse things all the time.
This is true.
I will go on the record to say right now that if I wear this stupid thing and it ends up on my eyeball, get it the hell off, because I didn't do it willingly.
oh Lord. I mean, Alex did it pretty willingly, but she was kind of dumb about it. So hey. All right, let's go talk to the druids. Yay!
Are they even here?
We
They're
don't know.
there. Gwenrin and Helios both went into the cottage. Whatever.
I think it's supposed to be days until everybody arrives.
Oh, has it not been days?
Oh yeah,
No,
we were gonna
I
go
wanna
hunting.
know the
It's
answer
literally
for
been there
2
like
more
12
weeks.
hours.
We were
I'm
gonna
fine
go
with it,
hunting
guys.
and okay. So we need to go get some food and start setting up a base here, and
I mean, we're just gonna twiddle our thumbs. Are we near a town?
No, you didn't help me.
Oh, no.
You didn't help me in my time of need. Forget Elspeth. You didn't help me.
I'm gonna spend the next 2 weeks asking Castle, like, I wonder, what do you think? What do you think's gonna happen?
Don't even talk to me.
So easy to attend to
salty.
too. You just hold it for like an hour.
Nope.
We could do it right now.
Nope. The necromancer is one of the moral compasses of the group, apparently.
Huh?
that's funny.
It's a little troubling, but sure.
Khalid is very moral.
I didn't say Khalid was was a moral. I said she was one of the moral compasses.
I will say,
Sorry, I was
it
trying
took
to-
you about 10 minutes of discussion to get over the fact that Elspeth summoned 6 zombies, and you spent about 5 hours on Merkin maybe intuiting to a magic item.
But I didn't fireball them with the zombies, so you know.
And I mean,
Pam, thank you.
We should take a moral inventory at some point, but that's up to you.
So, question: with Tasha's having released, and
What broken shit do you want now?
Stop! I'm trying to fly through 2 weeks of time, so the druids can get here.
Yes.
and we'll fast forward. This centers on the undead thing, since the cornerstone of Casta's chosen class is like probably punishable by death in 72 counties.
We don't know that. Stop setting me up for failure.
Based on everyone's reaction to it,
Only one person.
Is there a
has seen it.
Tasha's one that's better?
there's a Tasha spell that like summons a spirit.
That's probably a little more palatable to most people, I would think.
Are we talking another subclass? Are we talking another spell?
It's just a different spell.
Which spell is that?
It's like I think it's literally like summon spirit or something.
I'd like to know. This is not Elspeth's question.
This is not Cass's question because she'll never ask it.
And
but-
maybe
No,
I wanted
she
to
would
be punishable
never.
by death.
What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen is you're just never gonna summon
no.
that
That's not true.
Are we
I
talking
told-
Spirit
No.
Shroud?
thing. Is it?
It's a very different spell.
There's one. No. There's one that's like
There's a lot of summon spells I know Tasha does.
summon. There's a summon undead.
Summon undead.
There.
God, we have 10 minutes. Stop pretending like the session is over.
The session was over 15 minutes ago.
No, it wasn't.
I mean,
And you don't have to decide now. I'm just pitching it because
I'd
otherwise.
let you, except, I mean, that's a very different spell, if both in power and roleplay.
It's the same.
Yeah, I mean, you can't stack that like crazy and.
If I
Yeah.
have Tasha's questions, I will toss them to you. But the
Okay.
premise of my character is there has to be a moral quandary going on. So I know you don't
I-
like it, but I do. I chose it.
I only ask because I'm concerned that Cassa will never summon undead
You
ever
don't
again.
know. Leave
I
me
don't
alone.
know
Let me
that.
play my character. Let it play out on the table.
Alright.
Elspeth will execute at some point. It'll be great. She can the next character can do summon undead.
Get it?
Lord have mercy. You
right.
will break the entire party if Elspeth dies. Stump will be inconsolable. Cam will be inconsolable. Alex will not be inconsolable, but she will be really depressed for a very
Alex will
long
go,
time.
I liked that one.
No.
And then she'll be happy when she's murdered her next person.
Yes.
No. No. Alex would be very upset.
She will
I
say
need to
because
stab
she would-
somebody to distract me.
She would
So are
probably
we going-
stab a lot of people in retaliation, yes.
Are we going on to do anything with the druids or anything, or are we fast forwarding, or are we just calling it good for tonight?
I mean, let's call it good for
Picking up
tonight.
there.
I
Okay.
hate you.
Me too.
I love you, Keg.
Can we at least go hunt to get some food or something? I don't know.
I'll go hunt if you want.
Can I eat something that I smite?
Do we
Yes.
get any experience for this?
You all get inspiration.
That was all a large character growth. Hey, we already had that. We should all have a hero point because I worked
That's
my
different
butt off on
inspiration.
But now we have inspiration and a hero point.
Yes.
Well, I don't have a place to put inspiration on here.
It's that top, that little dice on your character portrait.
Oh, what's that do?
You already had it, apparently. Congratulations.
Oh, I didn't know I had it. What's it do?
You can get an advantage on a roll.
Oh,
Oh, I
well,
already
that would
had
be
it
good
too.
to know.
I can't help you. You never
I've-
use the things you have.
Well, it
I
doesn't
didn't
exactly
know it was
light
there.
up. I mean, it
No,
looks
it doesn't
exactly.
really.
It
It's hard
kinda
to
I mean,
glows
you
and
wouldn't-
closes.
when
Yeah.
you
I guess it
click it
does.
off, then you can see a difference. But I
It's
didn't
literally
realize
animated.
that was anything. I didn't know it was anything. I'm sorry.
It's animated.
It was just
I'm
enough.
just agreeing with her.
So, oh well.
I'm just saying the ball looked like it might fit in the hole. In the you could probably just put it in there if you wanted to.
So
It
we
looks
got
like
off-
it fits.
We got off last week, and I told Cog, I was like, I had an idea, and I will never know.
I'm gonna
See-
get such an earful once we log off. It is
The joke of this is like I was like I would have been fine if we'd been like, well, let's let Elspeth mess it around, but my character just felt very put off by the whole thing.
I was I'm very confused, OOC, because I thought that we were trying to fit the ball in that little hole.
There's a
No, we
crystal
never
eye
got there.
piece in the mask that's locked in there.
Yes.
That you
So
have.
we can't with that crystal
Without
eye
someone
piece in.
attuning to it.
Yeah,
So
there's a
Elspeth-
power word to open, basically unlock it, so you can place it somewhere and look
So
through it.
someone has to put it on, get the ball out, try the other ball, to make sure to see.
Okay. All right. Well,
It's fine.
maybe next time.
Which would only take an hour of in-game time. It'd be really easy to do too. You just do it.
Elspeth loves her friends more than she loves knowledge. She would kill for them. So.
Casta hates all her friends right now.
Right.
But don't worry, it's only going to be taken out on Cog, so you know.
Yeah.
He would appreciate your thoughts and prayers.
If you get
Thanks
rid of the
for
mask
taking
without,
one for the team, buddy.
without testing that ball, Casta would literally implode.
don't worry, Khalid's gonna steal in the middle of the night and destroy it.
Oh God.
I will kick your butt. Not
Great.
Cam
Actually, look
kicking
forward to Gag
Khalid's.
rolling that.
I will come to Florida and kick your butt.
I kind of want
And
to see
Jack will
that.
be like, she'd be in Florida,
I
so
mean,
that's
yeah.
cool.
If it means another family vacation,
That's an
For
easy
6 feet
decision.
away.
And then when I die from COVID because I had to come to Florida and kick your
Oh,
butt,
don't make
you
it
can
so
feel bad.
serious.
So there you go.
Fuck.
Trump card.
God, she made it really scary.
Okay, so great session. I'm so happy. I'm leaving so content. Thank you, Dad.
Great.
Thanks, guys.
It's very useful to be